What's up? We are live. How's it
What's going
going?
on, everybody? Look at us in our shiny new setups.
I know, right? Look at this. I got proper lighting. You have like that cool ass light going on behind you with all the fancy stuff there.
Can I say, I had to finally join the streamer world and
Yeah.
get some fucking LED lighting on my back.
Right. I got to work on that. I got to get some cool stuff behind me. I just have this fake brick wall. I know that's why everyone tuned in today was to, check out Carter's new setup and my new lighting. But
That's
we
what
do have some
everybody really cares about.
we do have
Everybody
some
was
other
like,
stuff.
"Oh, Carter, we know Carter's moving, so naturally, like, it's
Yeah.
we have to see what his new streaming setup looks like."
Right.
And here we are.
Yep. That's exactly it. But, oh
Oh,
boy.
well, time for us to get canceled, Kyle.
Yep. It's been an interesting few days, I can say that.
Yeah, yeah. This is there's occasional moments like this in politics where it's just like it just goes off the fucking rails. And meanwhile, this is all happening at the exact same time as Abdul has that razor thin like win over Haley Stevens in Michigan,
Yeah.
which is like an awesome moment. I
With
really
all
love
that
that
money you
moment.
spent, like insane.
Yeah, dude, fucking 60 million, dude. 60 million. That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Just a
But
bit.
I would I would love to remind everybody that that should tell you something about big money in the face of people power. And that matters a lot. So for
Hmm.
all those folks out there saying, "Well, you can't do it without money." Pretty sure people power won the day on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So, we're going to deal with this.
All right, I guess we gotta. All right, we'll start with the
It's
what are you gonna say?
kind of obligatory.
Yeah. All right, so we got a couple things here. So we'll start with the WMUR piece on this. Just let that play.
Trans people existing does not affect your everyday life.
At the State House, Representative Alice Wade and Representative Heath Howard had been allies. Now they are at odds. Wade says last year when she was exploring a run for Congress, Howard, already a declared Democratic candidate in the 1st Congressional District, began pressuring her not to join the field. In a statement to News 9, she said, quote, Representative Howard called me repeatedly, asking me not to run for Congress, using various methods, including telling me multiple times that he believed as a trans woman I would be unable to win higher office in New Hampshire. Responding with his own statement, Howard said, quote, intent and impact are different things. It was never my intent to reduce Alice's candidacy to her identity, but I recognize that my words caused unintended harm, and I sincerely apologize. Wade's allegation is not Howard's first brush with controversy.
Why did you vote for it? You look at our record and you tell me what you've done.
He made headlines last year for heckling Senator Jeanne Shaheen at a major Democratic Party fundraiser. Earlier this year, News 9 reported on a text exchange between Howard and then Democratic gubernatorial candidate John Kiper, in which Kiper wrote women, quote, run the party, and Howard texted, quote, yeah, but that's why we keep losing. Howard later denied he was suggesting women are the reason Democrats lose races and blamed the exchange on bad cell phone service. Representative Wade says she came forward now, 5 weeks before the primary, because, quote, my intention was to put the information in front of voters. What they make of it is up to them, and the choice in this primary is theirs.
While not the frontrunner, Howard has been the leading progressive candidate in the polls.
A setback like this does not help the momentum, and it's going to trigger a new conversation behind the scenes among Democratic voters in the 1st District.
Adam Sexton, WMUR, News 9.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
that
there's
last
that.
bit was
Mo- most
quite
most of this video was kind of
quite
unrelated, if you want to, for being
yeah,
honest about it.
yeah. I mean, like, look, we're gonna have to discuss that last little quote from that political analyst. He's gonna just this whole situation is gonna start a bigger conversation, buddy. You have no idea. that conversation was like, I don't know, 50 leagues deep by the time you said that. Some fucking political analyst you are.
Right.
Um, so here's the thing. Everybody's probably familiar with the fact that Kyle and I have been loosely associated with NH Talk, which is was originally just a hashtag that started out on TikTok. And I didn't know it existed really until last year when I started doing locally sourced again. I had taken a big hiatus, started doing locally sourced again. And I was like, fuck, I should probably get on all these like short form media, networks and do little promo videos or whatever. And so for the first time in my life, I joined TikTok because I've always hated short form media, video clips and stuff like that. I've always identified it as brain rot. And I feel so much more confident in that position today than I ever did before. But I joined just to, join TikTok just to do that, where I found the NH Talk tag, the little hashtag, because everything on TikTok, their algorithm very much so was based off of the hashtag format. Then that was like how you would get your stuff out there. And that got me linked up with a bunch of other creators. You know what I mean? Like people that had sort of been building loose, decentralized community through that particular hashtag as a way to sort of like signal to other people like, hey, we're all part of this broader progressive movement in the state. And if you're a content creator, that's sort of like where you go and what you do and how you engage with people. And they actually set up a Discord server. Several of the sort of the key figures, some of the more influential people in that particular space set up a Discord server. And for the past year, it's been growing like crazy. And it's been a very good sort of like internet based source of connection for people who are just trying to like stay locked into what's going on. You know what I mean? If you wanted to find out about like local food drives or, keep tabs on events or whatever, right? Like you could just go there and you could do that. And
like
that portion of it, that yeah, exactly. And that aspect of it hasn't stopped being very, very productive, right? Like,
yeah.
And the community has been growing and growing and growing over the past several months. Now, there's a lot of discourse that occurs in that server. And the more people that entered into that server, the more discourse occurred, the more debates occurred, which is like maybe a little tough for people, right? Because as anybody who's familiar with anything knows about the left, you can't get more than 3, maybe even 2 leftists together without starting a pretty fucking serious fight.
Right.
And, with all due respect, I don't think the moderators really understood what they were getting themselves into at that. And so cue this whole moment isn't necessarily the first time that there's been broad, like, salacious moments that have been examined by that server, but this one really sort of set cracks throughout that entire community. And things started to get pretty contentious. Kyle and I are both members of that server, and per server rules, we will not be sharing any screenshots from that server. It's just not how it works. Like, I won't do it. It's that's them's the community rules.
Right.
Maybe now is the time to show our next clip.
Yeah. So this is someone who was a moderator on NH Talk here. She put this out earlier today.
Hey, New Hampshire. You haven't seen a lot of me the last few days because I have been busy modding in the NH Talk Discord. What a week. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, congratulations. That sounds really nice. That sounds great. The TLDR is that Representative Heath Howard, who is running for Congress in CD1 in New Hampshire and who I have very vocally supported, was publicly called out by a friend, colleague, former friend, I don't know what to call that situation, Representative Alice Wade, who is also an incredible legislator, for making transphobic comments to her when she was considering a run for the same seat that Heath is currently running for. And then everybody that saw that came into this server where I am a mod and wanted to hash it out with Alice, with Heath, with each other. We are not cut out for this. We are just trying to connect people to like volunteer opportunities. All of the mods, all of the people in the server also have lives. This does not need to be as urgent as we're making it out to be. Many things can be true at once. It can be true that Heath made transphobic comments intentionally or otherwise, and also that he cares deeply about trans rights and that his voting record shows me that. It can be true that that experience was shitty and awful for Alice, and also that the timing of this announcement was shitty and awful for the progressive movement in New Hampshire. It can be true that we have to take into consideration the race as a whole and what our option will be if this tanks Heath's campaign. And it can be true that people are doubtful of someone who calls Gaza a war instead of a genocide. Two things will be influencing my decision at the polls. And I don't think you should care about who I'm voting for, honestly. I'm fucking nobody. Whether or not I have seen apologies, accountability, and some kind of improvement by then. Also, the opinions of my trans friends. Now, I happen to be a person who most of my trans friends work for Heath Howard's campaign. So do with that information what you will. In the meantime, what we're not going to do is make transphobic or ableist comments. We are not going to act like somebody shouldn't be able to speak out about their experience just because the timing sucks. We are not going to act like people are wrong for this being a line where they can no longer endorse Representative Howard. It is up to Heath and nobody else to garner more support from elsewhere to make up for that. If he's going to be able to make the changes that he's promising, he'll be able to get that done with the help of all of my cool trans friends that are on his campaign team. If you care deeply about progressive policies and you were voting for Heath and this is a line for you and you can no longer support him, Carly Berriant is the only other progressive choice in the race. Make educated decisions. Go check out the actual policies of the people that you're supporting or not supporting. Primaries, September 8th. If it's not going to be Heath Howard, it better be Carly Berriant. Hey, New Hampshire.
Yeah. So, okay. I think the reason we're showing this particular piece from the mod team is because other members of the mod team have been very, very clear in their specific denouncement, unendorsement of Heath Howard. Now, what you're not going to hear from either Kyle or I this evening is any kind of like direction in which we land on this issue. And, you know, like, I think the first top line reason for that is that neither one of us live in fucking CD1, dude. So we can't even vote in this race, right? Like, we have, in a sense, we have no horse in that race, right? Now, people look at analysis and comments that Kyle and I have both said in the past where we were basically like, yeah, Heath is probably our best shot. That was our analysis, especially at that time. And from a statistical perspective, because the polling data that's been provided in that particular race has been anemic, to say the least. The only polling data we have to go off of right now for that race is the St. Anselm poll that came out in June. And as WMUR noted in their piece, he's the standout candidate by that polling metric. He's got triple the points of the next two people below him. Right. So from that perspective, he's the only real competitor. Now, given that I'm not going to pick a side, what we're going to do is we're probably going to be critical of both parties here, because that's the most appropriate thing to do. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to talk about the ramifications of what this particular grenade, I would argue it's more like C4, did to the community, right? So what I'm going to start with here is I'm going to start with this one little piece. This is a conversation that should be had between the trans community and basically nobody else. Period. Yeah. If you are not a member of the trans community, I would prefer, personally, and the irony is not lost on me that I am like a straight white guy fucking saying this right now. If you are anybody other than a trans person, with the exception of maybe somebody from the disability community, because I think that also plays a very, very serious factor in all of this. And let's be clear, there are a lot of people that are members of both communities. If you are not a member of either of those communities, maybe sit down and shut the fuck up. Because you don't necessarily have any power to pass judgment on this, right? Now, Kyle pointed out something pretty funny earlier. I'll let you take it from here regarding that one comment that he saw.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely
I think you know what I'm
insane.
talking about.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Should I find exactly who it was, or just like the basics here?
I don't necessarily put him on blast, but maybe just like, you know, because again, this isn't necessarily about singling out people, but what we're going to be talking about here is we're talking about the broader conversation surrounding this particular controversy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to where. Where did that go? I'm sorry, I'm dead airing over here.
You're good, man. I mean, like I can carry it for a second while you find it, but look, needless to say, this disagreement caused like it showed a very, very different fissure in that particular online community, that particular Discord server. I saw people that I generally see being like on complete opposite sides of a debate traditionally, all of a sudden become like completely aligned with each other, right? I'm talking about people like extremely far left people all of a sudden having precisely the exact same take as like hardcore liberals. And most of it was incredibly emotional in both, like from both camps, whether you were in support of Heath or you were in support of Alice. I saw immense emotional reactions regarding this. Now, what I also saw was a lot of people saying things like, well, I've spoken to folks and I've heard things and I've seen things. And it really gives me pause. It really gives me doubt. And the critical part of my brain when I see stuff like that, and I had said this like a while ago regarding Christian Arudia and the disagreements that I had with Andrew Valinsky, and don't worry, we'll get to that later. That trust me, bro, is never, ever, ever, ever an acceptable reason to believe somebody. The moment someone says, trust me, bro, and can't explain the specifics of their argument, you need to question that. It's just, that's just healthy critical thinking, right?
Right. So yeah, the thing before was somebody was posting about this and talking about their own perspective as a trans woman and their support of Heath, and somebody had commented on that like, oh, I'm the chair of this this caucus or whatever, so I do get to speak for trans people or the trans community, and it's like that's just like a wild thing to say, and I like. No one person is a representative of their entire community. You know what I mean? Like you don't
Yeah.
get to say I am the representative of this like entire diverse community. Like no one has all the same beliefs just because you're in one community or another. So I just had
Precisely.
to put that part out there. That's just insane to me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I mean, like, I think, um, I think for me, when I look at this, my immediate thought, if I slow myself down, right? If I slow myself down, take away the fact that like Kyle and I have really like appreciated Heath's campaign a lot up until now. Despite the fact that neither one of us can vote on it. Right? We look at him and we
Right.
think like
It's
generally
the
speaking, like
policies.
he's been
Like everything he's been pushing
exactly,
for and the
exactly.
stuff he's been trying to get past already and his record on that and just never backing down from stuff basically
Right.
is that's the kind of politician that we're looking for. Basically is the set your standards early and stick to them and that's you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And so just from like purely based off of like record and based off of platform and issues and generally speaking like positions that are articulated, those have been on paper essentially perfect, right? Like um and I think for us it would be really really like it would have been nice that like yeah, sure, maybe we're not able to elect our first transgender US congressperson, which is a bummer. You know what I mean? But we are able to maybe elect one of our first disabled congressmen. And to be able to do that with the endorsement of DSA is incredible.
Yeah.
To Bridges' point in her piece, Heath has not lost his endorsement from DSA. Maybe worth pointing that out. They haven't unendorsed him. And there are a significant number of people from the trans community that still stand behind him. So that starts to beg the question, well, like, what are the specifics of that internal conversation? And the answer to that is that that's not for us to know, right? At the end of the day, this kind of seems like it was a personal disagreement that occurred between two young
Right.
people whose brains are not fully developed, right? That have amicable disagreements between them, right? We know that both Howard and Wade are fantastic progressive legislators in the New Hampshire State House, right? We're not impugning either of their records in that sense. And I don't just mean on like transgender or disability rights. Both of them have stood up like and stood 10 toes down for workers, right? They've stood 10 toes down for like so many really, really important issues. Okay. Now, people want to rally behind the identity aspect of this. And what people aren't doing is they're not looking at like all the good that both of them have done, right?
Yeah.
They're not examining why now, right? There was a lot of discussion about how this has all been going on for months, right? And I
Right.
think a bunch of us that exist more on the inside of this are very acutely aware that this has been going on for months, right? That this is a whole thing. And without delving too much into it right now, because frankly, Kyle and I have covered this stuff before. So like if you're really fucking wondering about that, you can go back, you can watch some of our previous streams that we've done where we've talked about the internal issues related to the House Progressive Caucus, some internal disagreement that's occurring there. You guys can maybe check out the interview that I did with Arya Shams. I think that would be
For sure.
productive watch. You know what I mean?
We can
To
link
help
that
try
in
and
the
like
description.
yeah, just some things to help try and like contextualize all of this, right? Like I think that's healthy. You know what I mean? I think it's really healthy to do that. And again, this isn't about like villainizing either one of these people because like regardless of their disagreement on this, regardless of who hurt whose feelings in what context, what damage those comments did, um whether you're talking about like, you know, accusations from Howard's campaign about how he had, you know, in discussions that had occurred on the NH Talk server that had come up that that basically way back when this race started, there was like a general concern, at least from Heath Stelling, right? Like this is from Heath's side, so it's hard. Like, and we don't have recordings, we don't have any like material evidence to base this on, and they've both acknowledged that this is basically a he said she said problem, right?
Yeah. And
Which
a lot of
makes it
discourse
really
had occurred in
yeah. Go ahead.
the NH Talk Discord as well, like right in the middle of like all this stuff getting put out. So and you can still see some of it, like statements from Heath in the which section was it? In the Congress section, I believe.
Yeah, I think they have a so that particular server. And again, I'm not like hey, NH Talk people, we are not trying to dox you. I mean, if anything, I actually would hope that more people go join the server, go get engaged with it in
Right.
that sense. But because I think they still want it to grow, they still want it to develop, even though they're facing challenges right now. But it helps to expand the discussion. But they have it really, really deeply broken down by channels. There's a lot of different channels that you can sub to in there. And they, you know, they have a section where they allow, you know, like specific discussions related to US Senate, to governor, state house, executive council, cities, how to donate to candidates, stuff like that. There had been a channel, right, that was created several months back. And the name of the channel was called Brother Respectfully. And that channel was created because disagreements were starting to crop up. As more people came into the server, folks would say things, people would disagree with each other about stuff. Sometimes it get pretty fucking heated.
Yeah.
Like really fucking heated. And look, like in, you know, full transparency, like I was a participant in some of those incredibly heated debates. And I actually put people off a couple times because, you know, for my own part of it, a lot of what I intend when I'm typing doesn't, like, a lot of the dry sense of humor that I have does
hard
not
to
come
read tone
across in text
via
form.
text.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
were
you
saying
don't have
before
tone,
there.
you
That's
don't have inflection.
yeah.
So, so things that I said were, you know, sometimes relatively inflammatory for some people. They got really offended, and you know, and I chose separately to pull myself away from those discussions. I was like, hey guys, like I'm not doing this anymore because like it's like upsetting for some people, and maybe in moments where I'm thinking about things like I'm not in the same place on the continuum as other people, and like it's good for folks to, you know, find a way to get comfortable with this space, get comfortable with being, you know, in political discussions and activism and stuff like that, and I don't want to shut that down. So like I deliberately removed myself from those situations. But those debates led to a thread dedicated to disagreements to be created. Like this is, Carter's jersey is hung in the rafters of Brother Respectfully.
Yeah, exactly. Hall of Fame.
Hilarious. So at any rate, like I, you know, and I really did try personally to like stay as respectful as possible, even when I was doing things that were sort of tongue in cheek, and you know, maybe my sarcasm was getting a little too out of hand.
Sarcasm.
And I own that. I will respectfully, brothers and sisters and emperors, acknowledge that maybe I went a little too ham on you guys sometimes. So I apologize for that, for real. But when all of this news broke, it went haywire. It went absolutely haywire. Now, the mods had previously tried to instate a slow mode on it to get people to like think about what they were saying before they posted it. That didn't do anything. That did not help at all. Let me tell you. Like one might think that it would, right? And I guess it in the sense that like it slowed down the speed of the chat. it did not do anything to alleviate the intensity of the disagreements. Because I had sort of deliberately been like, hey, I'm not doing this arguing thing anymore, right? I spent a lot of time just sitting back and watching it, watching the conversation kind of roll by. And I saw so many unrelated fights break out because of this.
Yeah.
And that taught me, like, it reminded me of a couple things. And I think this is where we get to the point that, like, you know, we can sit here and we can litigate, like, the ins and outs of Keith and Alice and their disagreement. I don't really think that's especially productive. I think this point, stuff is out there. Any proper analysis done on this needs a lot more time in the oven to bake. So for Kyle and I to sit here and do that analysis right now would be us like shooting from the hip half cocked. Like it's not a good idea for us as analysts or as commentators to be trying to like divine the takeaway from that at all. It's just not right. It's not appropriate at this time. We need to be able to look at more information as it comes out. I'm pretty certain that more evidence is going to come across at some point or another. But from what I saw, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, you're free to like tell me that I'm you know, if you're disagreeing with anything I'm saying right now, Kyle, please definitely definitely check me. But there's sort of two main takeaways that I had from maybe three actually. First off, the entire left-wing coalition in this state is so incredibly fragile. People like to look at the national movement and they like to think about how strong the progressive socialist left is right now. And I don't think that's the case in New Hampshire, even in the slightest.
Right.
And I think
it's still very new here.
Right. Well, and it's not even just that it's new, right? It's that there's been a deliberate effort for decades, and I mean decades. You can trace this back to the 90s. Like probably even further if you really want to get into it. Maybe at this point I remind people to go watch the interview I did with Eric Morser, who wrote a book about what New Hampshire was like 200 years ago when people were trying to confront corruption in the government. Point aside. This is incredibly fragile, and that's by design. I'd like everybody to consider for a moment that the entrenched power in the state that's mostly dictated by people of incredibly affluent means, regardless of their political persuasion, basically did a handshake. Maybe back in the 90s, but you could say it probably happened earlier than that. It's a solid argument to make the case that it happened earlier than that. That basically no oxygen would ever be allowed to be entertained by the left. And the mechanism that was chosen to leverage that was identity politics, specifically with the election of Jeanne Shaheen as the state's first female governor. What comes after that is Ray Buckley taking the chairmanship of the NHDP. And I'm not saying this to like impugn these folks, right? In this way, like attacking people for their identity is never appropriate under any circumstance in any capacity. Don't ever do it. Just don't. It's going to make you look like a fucking asshole. And like you will get clapped for that, and rightfully so. But, and I know that people will say like, well, you say but, that means everything that you said before that is negated. Not so much on this case. That emphasis of sticking to these, like, prioritizing social issues, excuse me, rather than economic issues, right? Meant that both parties, regardless, would take the pledge. And pledge means no new income, no new broad-based tax of any kind. No income tax, no sales tax, nothing.
Yeah.
And anybody that has to pay a property tax bill sure as hell fucking knows how well that's going for us. Right? So if you want to make a economically progressive argument in this state, you're completely shut out. And the cudgel against you will be, well, how dare you go against the state Democrats?
Right.
We're the ones that fight for your social needs. But they don't fight in any way, shape, or form for your economic needs. So that's point one. Point two is that because of all of this, reactionary sentiment has been bred, regardless of what political persuasion you are. A lot of people will talk about right-wing reactionaries, right? It's a very, very common trope. Being a reactionary is not exclusive to any political persuasion.
Right.
It does not matter what you believe, you can be a reactionary. What does that mean? It means if you are essentially like confronted with a situation that is really upsetting to you, right? Especially in a political sense. What's going to happen is you're going to freak out and you're going to have
First thing
you're
that
going to
comes
have
to
a whole
mind
bunch
is
of
what you're gonna go with.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a byproduct of like literally chemicals being released in your brain. Right? That is a byproduct of adrenaline and cortisol. That's not something that you can reason your way through. The only thing you can do when that's happening is to slow the fuck down and chill the fuck out. The only thing you can choose to do in that moment when all of that is happening is to not react. Because if you say anything, you will be reacting. Right? Now, because this hit at such a specific hot button issue, you're talking about an incredibly marginalized community that's basically being threatened to be completely excised from our entire societal culture right now, specifically trans people. Right? That has been like the pet target of all conservatives throughout the entire nation for a fucking hot minute. They want to delete that entire identity group from existence. So naturally, one could rightfully anticipate that anybody that's sensitive to that issue is going to be pretty reactionary. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's misplaced. Like, I understand the reasoning for it. But reactionary politics kill movements. Always, every fucking time. Unless, maybe unless you're a Republican and a fascist, in which case, like, your entire movement is built off of that. But if you're on the left, what you need is coalition. You need coalition to succeed. You need to be reaching across barriers. You need to be connecting through identity differences.
Right.
Right. And that's why identity politics is so successful at breaking apart the left. If you want to, going back to that big trope that we talked about at the beginning, if you really want to like drill down on fucking the left up, bring up identity politics. It's gonna work fucking great.
Yeah.
And I think the last point that I kind of think of, right, is who benefits from this? Who's the primary beneficiary of something like this happening? Now, I'm not saying that Alice did that in favor. Like, I'm not saying that Alice's statement was issued in direct favor of whoever this primary beneficiary is, because I have no evidence to make that claim.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like we just. I think it's very important for everyone to remember that we're working to complete like policy goals. So we're, you know what I mean? Like that's like the end goal here. It's not like I don't know. You go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean you're exactly right. Is that this is indeed about policy. Okay, now if it's about policy, then you should be examining the candidate best suited to enact that policy. Ooh, I got some thunder. It's fun. So if you're maybe working for Christian Arudia's campaign, or you're a supporter of his. If you're working for Stephanie Shaheen's campaign, you're a supporter of hers. You're working for Maura Sullivan's campaign, you're a supporter of hers. Or you're the Republicans. You're seeing all of this happen right now. And you are cackling. You are crying, laughing, and you are eating popcorn like it's your job.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to understand the impact that there are a lot of those folks that have been trying to figure out for months now. How do we put a fracture in this coalition? A lot of them identified pretty like a good hot minute ago that the NH Talk community, a lot of the organizing that was occurring on that Discord server was like a genuine threat to them.
Right. So making people aware of what's going on with all these lawmakers.
Right. And I think they had been trying to figure out how to put like a bridle on that. And so you know, and to be fair, NH Talk people pushed that hard. They were like, yeah, like you don't control us, guys. Like they made it very well known that like we don't take your orders.
Yeah.
But it's not like there wasn't a way to break it apart. It's like, well, if I can't control them, you know, and I'd say when I say I, right, and them, saying I as in the primary beneficiary of the fracturing of NH Talk, whoever that may be. And I could not tell you who that is, right? I don't have any evidence to back up any kind of like responsibility to lay on that particular, group or individual or whatever.
Right. But in the end, there will be somebody that wins and loses. So that's not placing blame on anyone, but that's like the person that wins is going to be the beneficiary of this whole drama going down right now, basically. So
right, and to them, what it comes down to is, well, if I can't control them, then how do I drive a wedge in them? And this was a perfect wedge. This was such an amazing wedge to jam into that community, to get them to fight with each other, to get organizations that were very, had pretty serious and heated disagreements with each other, although they did it behind closed doors, to all of a sudden do it right out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So that it just puts on blast those disagreements. There's basically showing everybody that there's no coalition. Causes everybody to doubt the effectiveness of that particular group.
Yeah. Especially when
the loudest voices are going to be the ones prevailing. Go ahead.
And literally, like, this is at a time when, like, literally the federal government, the Republicans, MAGA people, as well as the establishment Democrats are all gunning for the progressive movement right now, especially DSA. And
exactly.
Like you said, this whole building power, like through these people getting elected, the more progressive people and the DSA people, it's very like tenuous at this moment. It's not like we're guaranteed like, oh, to the moon, like we're taking off, guys. Like it's something that needs to be like worked at and maintained like properly, and solidarity maintained between all factions of like, anyone that's remotely on the left for this thing to work, basically. What my thoughts
Right.
about that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, why send a psyop to have the left to do a job that they'll just do to themselves all on their own anyways, with just one little push in the wrong direction?
Yeah, Bridget's
So
in the comments as well.
yeah, Bridget showed up, which is good. Bridget, you might want to go back into the video a little bit and catch up because we did discuss that.
Yeah.
So I respectfully, I know you showed up around 7:30, so it's
And to be fair, the show did used to start at 7:30 up until a couple months ago.
True,
so
that's true.
probably
We
why you saw
did
that.
crank it earlier. And look, like, I'm not saying NH Talk can't come back harder, right? Like, I'm not saying that coalition is dead. But it's facing some incredible challenges at this particular moment, and I think with a certain amount of prevailing voices in that space right now, and certain attitudes that are landing on the top, that I am identifying to be sort of particularly reactionary, that aren't necessarily taking time to just like not touch their keyboard for a second and be like, is there something I'm missing here? Right? Like, is there a chance that like there's a component to this that I didn't think of? As long as there's a lack of that, like, self-control, that sort of like self-metering, it's difficult for me to want to be like fully throated in my support and affiliation with that community, because I'd kind of like to see them work themselves out a little better.
Yeah.
Because again, we're not really saying anything about where we land on Heath or Alice, right? Generally speaking, I think both Kyla and I are in agreement that was an interpersonal problem. And if it was going to come out, it should have come out months ago, right? This should not have been something that we had to look at and consider and think about and discuss and have like really fucking heated, vicious discourse about like a month out from the fucking primary.
Right.
We should have known about this a lot sooner if it was really that bad. You know what I mean? If it was really that serious, if it was really something we needed to be worried about that much, we needed to be aware of that sooner. Sitting there and holding on to it because you're like, well, I don't want to cause drama. It's like, well, you caused it now.
Right.
So what was the point? Just go for it. Just do it. Like lay your cards out on the table. And what I would say is to all the people that are like, I've seen this, I've heard this, I've spoken to other people. Well, please come forward with your receipts. And don't make anybody rely on trust me bro arguments, because it's not like that's not how we build a strong movement. It's not going to work that way. So that's kind of what I got on it for right now. I'll probably have more thoughts about it later as we sort of ruminate on this more, but like I'm really, really worried about the deep reactionary sentiment that I see in the progressive left right now, and it shows me that a lot of people have not taken the time to like actually think about the history of the left, not just in the state but in the nation and in the world, and they aren't creating the necessary connections in order to do this. And I know that's me asking a lot as somebody who's been like really deep in this shit for decades. But if you're new to this and you're not true to this, then take some time to maybe like listen and not talk. And I think that's what I got to say about it. LMAO, Carter ruminating? Nah, yeah, exactly. That is my fucking job, fam. That is my fucking job.
Yeah. out of bounds over here. So also put in context is key. Bringing up context shouldn't equate to dismissing or being insensitive to someone's claims. Have yet to see a neutral space allow for that in this instance. And yeah,
that's a really, really fantastic point. That is a
Yeah.
really fantastic point. And I think that's a very short way of saying a lot of what I'm trying to say right now. Steven always fucking slick with the words, dude. That was
Right.
great.
Yeah, no, that's pretty well said. We definitely need that.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
to be
he's a
able to-
writer for a reason, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think yeah. I think that's about it for that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. I think we
Yeah.
did it. Now let's make fun of some bad political ads and
All
talk
right,
about
yeah.
stupid media.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. So better not see all these numbers go down. You too. You guys have to stay for the whole show now. I'll just come here for the
Yeah, for
drama.
real. Don't just fucking dip out because we came for the salacious hot shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trust me, we'll be fun for you. Don't worry.
Don't take your tea and run. All right. Or
We've got these pretty new backgrounds for you.
I know.
Guys.
Look at
look at our whole aesthetic. Kyle's
Look
got
at-
new lighting.
Yeah, nice
I've
and
got new lighting. You can see my fucking turntables.
Yeah, it looks like you got like an NPC and a fish tank back there, dude.
Yes, Bridget, there will be a rucksack.
Yes. We're gonna
There will be a rucksack.
So what do we got here
Let's
first?
start with this.
Yeah.
Let's start with this.
So Goodlander, Maggie Goodlander, criticized for sending taxpayer-funded mailer. Carter knows I almost didn't make it, so I will have to dip. I'll stay while I can. Oh no, that's it. You're fired. You're fired, Bridget.
Yeah. Just friggin' NH Talk mods always just going.
You guys are terrible at teasing the story to the last segment. Yeah, you're right. But well, I mean, what else did I put in the title?
You're
We
right.
got
Johnny is right. We should have fucking held off. To
Hey,
the very
no,
end.
listen. This is still heated election stuff, okay? Like, if
No,
you
it's true. It's true.
This is all
It's
part
true.
of
Trust
heated
me, this
elections.
is the entire show is rage bait, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Promise you.
That other thing is coming up later as well. The military test linked to plane crash. Pretty messed up thing from a couple months ago, but now is making the rounds.
Fucking mega yikes, dude.
Yeah. But let's check this out. Let's see. Goodlander criticized for sending taxpayer-funded mailer. What's that all about?
This mailer from Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander is sparking bipartisan outrage. It's what's known as franking, publicly funded mail for members of Congress to keep their constituents informed. In this case, Goodlander's challengers say the information looks too much like a campaign ad.
This is something I will 100% propose that we end. And then also, if I can't get it ended, I promise I will not ever take part in it. This is something that is disgusting.
Lily Tong Williams.
Has anyone gotten one of these, by the way, in the chat? I'm just wondering. I'm just very curious because from the looks of
that
it,
would be good.
From the looks of it, it is 100% just a campaign ad. There's no like
Almost
looks too
CD2
much. But yeah, I'll shut up now.
Williams is questioning Goodlander's use of a photo in the mailer from the State Veterans Cemetery that shows the columbarium, which contains veterans' remains.
You know, people got to, kind of not like that, I don't feel comfortable to put something like that on my manners, and she used our fund to do that.
Public records show the House Communications Standards Commission approved the franking on July 1st. Rules prohibit members from using franking privileges within 60 days of an election. And Goodlander's office says this mailing was sent before July 8th, when that blackout period began ahead of the state primary. While not a violation, Goodlander's Democratic primary opponent says sending this out so close to the deadline is not fair to her or taxpayers.
She doesn't need this boost. She doesn't need to be taking this from the taxpayers. I mean, I'm out here, I'm a regular working person. I have to raise every single dollar from working class people that really can't afford it. And they do that anyway.
Goodlander's office declined to say how much the July franking cost, but public records show her district-wide mailing last December cost $14,694.
In a statement, the Congresswoman's office said, quote, "These communications are
Okay,
important
can you
for our
just hit
constituent
pause for a
services
second?
casework."
So like
Like, how much money has she raised so far?
Who, Goodlander?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't have the numbers right in front of me. God
I'm
damn
sorry.
it.
No. That was a rhetorical question. That was more like, and she's using
Yeah,
taxpayer money?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is she's raised way more than Paige Bushman. That's just a fact. But yeah, Bridget, why did they do that angle? That was exactly the question I was about to fucking ask. What the fuck? What the fuck, WMUR editors? That was gross.
The belly
That was
shot?
fucking nasty. That was nasty shit. We're like, oh, we've got paid. Yeah, that right there.
Like,
Just,
what the hell was
like,
that?
Like, they're on her face and they're like, let's look at the mailer. What else is in this shot? Fucking weird, dude. That was weird and creepy, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's
so like, yeah, this is corruption.
Yep.
Like, we need to be a lot more like just like teeth in the throat about corruption, because I just, for whatever reason, it does not get addressed. And if the left in the state of New Hampshire does not go after it, I guarantee you dollars to donuts, because they already have been, that the Republicans will monopolize that talking point. And all
For
kinds
sure.
of independent minded voters are going to fucking, that is catnip to them.
Yeah. And like this statement right here, these communications are important for our constituent services casework and ensuring that constituents across the district have up-to-date information on our work, is what you could say.
Then don't put your fucking campaign, don't put your
Yeah.
campaign ad on it then.
No, that was
literally an
that's
entire
100%.
side of that flyer was a fucking ad.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like the whole thing was, what was it, just saying like, oh, look at what I've done, like, what?
Yeah, go hold that up.
So
Oh
is
no,
this- is it-
no, it's just an ad.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
It's
press.
just an ad.
It's like, look at these press snippets
It's
that
just an
say
ad.
I'm
Both
awesome,
sides.
actually.
Both sides of it.
Like this right here.
Both sides are an ad.
That's an ad, clearly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives. Good stuff.
Dude. That's incredible work, dude. I mean, like, okay, give that same amount of money to Paige Bushman, give that same amount of money to everybody running in CD1, give that same, I mean, regardless of what you think of any of those candidates,
right,
give that same amount of money
well, it's
to,
different because she's already in office, so
yeah.
But yeah,
A very funny video would be asking people on the street to look at it and ask if they're happy with their taxes or paying for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what is this, double-sided, glossy ass paper? Like, how much you pay for this, man? This is an expensive card
dude,
stock right here, dude. Like, what is this?
Exactly. That shit ain't cheap. I don't know the last time any of y'all went to a print shop, but let me tell you, like, that's a premium
dude.
mailer.
That's at least
that is a high grade
35 to 75 cents a piece right there, man.
Yeah, you need money to do that.
But yeah,
and like,
that's garbage.
Dude, Maggie Goodlander's family are part owners of the fucking Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I feel like they could have afforded to put out their own ads. Not like they're not
You need
going
to
be.
ask yourself, when somebody owns enough homes to choose which race they're gonna fucking run in, maybe they shouldn't be running in any race.
Yeah. It's like, which is
This
my
might be a
main
wonderful time to pivot to our boy. Like, can they specifically, Mr. Ruckman himself.
Oh, okay.
Because that guy owns a home in both congressional districts and could make the choice which district he wanted to run in. Isn't that fun?
Well, that's convenient. It's quite convenient. Where is he at?
No, not him.
No, it's him. It's like Powerpuff Girls, fucking villain. Yeah, let's check out an ad.
Oh no.
He's got the boots.
Oh.
This is 0 seconds in. Like, no.
Already lacing the boots, dude. Already.
I walked from Manchester to Concord to file for Congress because I'm fed up. I'm Christian Arudia. I'm going to take on Trump and our corrupt, rigged politics. I grew up in New Hampshire. As a lawyer, I brought war criminals to justice. Served in the Pentagon.
Pause.
He did what now?
Pause. I want to see that. Run it again.
Yeah, that.
Christian Arudia.
Yeah, play
I'm
it.
going to take on Trump and our corrupt, rigged politics. I grew up in New Hampshire. As a lawyer, I brought war criminals to justice.
Is that what we're...
Keep going.
Served in the Pentagon, and now with the Army National Guard. I'm endorsed by Our Revolution and the Progressive Caucus because I'll fight for Medicare for all and the Sanders bill to make billionaires pay. I approve this message for those demanding change.
Okay. Our Revolution, you can buy endorsements from them. You can literally purchase an endorsement from them.
Interesting.
Endorsed by the House Progressive Caucus. LMAO, that's one. Yeah, exactly. Wendy Thomas is a very, very well-known Christian Arudia show. People can get really fucking mad at me for saying this shit. But I need to remind everybody that you should trust no fucking politician. Ever. I don't care how much you like them. I do not give any fucks.
Yeah, always double check any claim for sure. Ever.
Yeah,
Look for
haven't seen more
consistency.
since post 9/11. Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. Like, and you know, like, to be fair, guys, like, I understand why there's such a heavy emphasis on military in this state, right? Like, and I think this is probably something we should all be very, very cognizant of. That we have like a huge amount of veterans in this state. That's like a very, very valuable constituency in the state of New Hampshire, and the left cannot ignore that. We simply cannot ignore that. It's surprised to say he didn't also say endorsed by Bernie, New Hampshire's lawyer. Yeah. Not just endorsed, campaign managed by Bernie's New Hampshire lawyer. But for real, like, the left needs to figure out how to actually interact with the veterans thing. Additionally, I need to remind everybody how much of a talking point the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is. I need to remind everybody, like, I didn't make a fucking 15-minute and 31-second video about the relationship between the weapons industry, the labor market, and the national congressional delegation, examining how that's a feedback loop. The war economy is incredibly important. Weapons sales are 12% of the state's GDP. So when you're talking about that much of the economy and that much of the voter base, if you are not figuring out how to interact with that, then you are losing. Just getting in the weeds.
Yeah, facts don't matter. What are you doing talking about all that? Just read the headline and move on, dude. What the fuck? Just come on. Keep it moving, dude. Let's go. Let's go.
Listen to this fucking
ADHD brain over here.
No. Okay, I'll get out of the weeds. Everybody needs to fucking figure out how to work with Veterans for Peace. That's the answer.
For sure. The
That's
thing
the
that we're
actual answer.
against is not like the people that have chosen to join the military. It's what the people that are in charge of the military are doing and the politicians are doing. That's basically what you want to make sure you lead with, is that like, hey, no, I don't like hate you specifically. Like, I hate what the fucking, what is being done with the military in places that we don't need to be attacking.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real. It's
Part of
like, yeah,
malfunction.
no, it's part of malfunction. Yeah, anytime we talk about the state war economy, my brain fucking fries. This is literally like just a massive part of what aggravates me. This shit will keep me up at night.
Mm.
But no, it's a dead ass though. The strategy, the genuine strategy is for people to work with Veterans for Peace. And because that's going to be your best path to do it. Now, I want to remind everybody that both the DSA and the NHCWO have are in pretty solid talks and do both work with the Veterans for Peace organization, and that's actually, it's on my list to have them on for an interview because I think it's really important. We had Adam on a couple weeks ago.
Mm.
He contributed a lot of really, really solid insight. It's, veterans are a really, really important constituency, primarily because, like, dude, at the end of the day, like, the US military is one of the only forms of socialism that we have in this country.
Right. Just like, yeah,
Like it's
it's
very,
that and
very
Social
difficult for me.
Security is the
Right.
strongest
It's
forms that we have in this
and
country.
and the cops.
Yeah,
And the
that
cops.
too,
Let's be
obviously.
real, and the cops.
Yeah, I mean, the cops unions are just incredible as well.
Insane.
If everyone
Insane.
had a union
You know,
like the police unions, dude, then we would be fucking set. We'd be fucking Denmark status, dude. Or, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. I hate how right that is. Yeah. But seriously, like, we got to figure out how to work with this, right? Because whether folks like it or not, as we alluded to in the first, like, I don't know, fucking hour and a half of this whole conversation, like, New Hampshire, even when you account for liberals and leftists, is incredibly libertarian. It's incredibly libertarian, and there are a lot of people that are very, very, like, gun brained. Like it is not possible to have an anti-gun position in this state.
Yeah.
It's like literally like that you can't do it. It's not, that's like Steve Marchand fucking tried in
that's a campaign
2018 and that
killer right there.
yeah, he got fucking whipped for that shit.
I mean, dude.
So
yeah. Never mind.
No, dude, if you're gonna say never mind, I want you to say it. I want to fucking hear that shit. What's going through your head?
No, I don't know. I think like I did an interview with John Kuiper a while ago, and like a lot of what he said was, you need to campaign as like this policy that I'm presenting is this live free or die. Literally go by the state's motto. Like, will this like help people be freer or will this not? And that's kind of a good like metric to think of, honestly.
Yep.
Especially when it comes to, providing like assistance to people and things of that nature, building like communities, like, just progressive in policies, leftist type shit. Just like, use our taxpayer money to like help out the constituency that is voting for you. All right.
Yeah. And honestly, like, what I would argue for is, like, in New Hampshire, you absolutely need to find a way to moderate, but what you're moderating to, right? Like I don't say moderate in the sense of moderate, right? In the traditional left-right dichotomy to find centrism,
yeah,
right? What you're moderating to is you're moderating to libertarian impulses, which is an entirely different psychological profile from liberal or conservative. There's literally an NIH study about this that I would encourage everybody to read because it's fucking fascinating. It's utterly fascinating. If you go into Google and you search sociology of libertarians, you should get a result on it. And if we can find a link to it, we'll shove it in the description of the episode just so that you guys it's easier.
Good point as well in here. Chris Rabb, new DSA rep in Philly, notably pro-gun, was on Hannity talking about it last night. Like, there you
Fucking
go.
A.
It's true what they say.
Yeah.
That if you keep going far enough left, you get your guns back. So
yeah, exactly. It's not, you can't throw that away at this point. Like, Pandora's box got opened on guns a long time ago. And like,
especially in this country.
yeah, I'm a fucking huge fan of red flag laws. You know who else is a huge fan of red flag laws? Fucking Republicans.
Right.
There's a significant
That's just
number
a
of
common
Republicans.
sense regulation type thing right there.
Right? Like, oh, you've got like domestic violence charges? Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have guns. Kind of sounds like it makes fucking sense to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
but where would
you're
they get
willing
their
to beat
police
your
force?
wife? What's to say you won't shoot your wife? Jesus Christ, dude. No more guns for you. Like, what are we
Right.
talking about here? Like, there's already gun control laws in the United States. You know what I mean? Like, they already exist. It's like we've been able to adapt to those just fine. The point is to not be saying, "Oh, we're going to take your guns away." And seriously, like, just generally speaking, like, you cannot villainize veterans. The flip side of that is you cannot be venerating being a fucking war fighter.
Right.
Right? One of the key main pieces
Actually, it's awesome
of the
being a killing
angle-
machine. Like, all right, calm down, Heg Seth. Like, dude, like, it's fucking absolutely ridiculous and, like, sickening the way that guy presents himself. Such a fucking clown, and he's, like, in charge of, killing people. So, that's wonderful.
Well, and look, like obsoletized military gear gets sold to police stations.
Yeah.
Where do you think King got their fucking Bearcat from?
Yep.
Like, this is the like gear that gets replaced in the military because, like, we have an entire fucking weapons apparatus that just keeps, like, you gotta keep spending all that NDAA money somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, because we got to keep BAE Systems in business, we got to keep Sig Sauer in business, we got to keep L3 Harris in business, we got to keep Elbit Systems in business, right? For all my Zionists out there, shout out to the Zionists. We got to make sure that your children killing money is always available to you. Those little coupons that the American government hands out to Israel so that they can buy their fucking JDAMs.
Well, luckily we're just gonna be, like, automatically, giving away, like, no bid contracts and working with the Israeli intelligence soon. So that'll be great. Like, and
right,
in a much more
yeah. I mean,
fashion.
we're gonna fucking tether ourselves to them and just completely fuck ourselves.
Genius move.
Holy shit!
Do we want to check out? Want to check out what's going on the Republican side of the old New Hampshire campaign?
I would love to. I would
want to see what's going on over here.
Yes,
this is pretty. It's pretty interesting. Let's see what this guy's all about.
Hogwatch New Hampshire edition.
Having an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old girl, threatening a massacre at a New Hampshire police station, and now this New Hampshire Republican is looking to run for office. That's right, a former New Hampshire police officer who was suspended over an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old girl, and who then threatened to his own police chief and the police station where he worked. He's looking to run for state rep this year. We're talking about John Stone, the former New Hampshire state rep, and this September, he's going to be on the ballot for the New Hampshire State House. John Stone's disciplinary file stayed sealed for years until, in 2024, the state Supreme Court forced the files open. Inside, voters finally saw his relationship with a 15-year-old girl, violent threats against his police chief, the police chief's wife, the police chief's kids, and the entire station where he worked. Governor Kelly Ayotte, who...
So wait, these records were sealed until recently? Is that what I'm hearing?
Sounds like it. Yo, like I know that Granite Post does like mad like liberal cover. But if we're talking about Republicans, they're great. And it's just
Yeah.
like I want to side note that the edit at the beginning of the video where Colin's like real far away,
Yeah.
and with each statement he
Yo,
gets a
he's
little bit
coming. He's
closer.
coming to get
Fucking,
you. Like,
they do understand very well the what's gonna pop off on short form
for sure.
Short form content mediums.
Yeah. Next time I want to see one take where he's just like upside down, just doing a handstand, like inexplicably, and then he just like the next zoom in, he's just upright, like anyway, whoop, like whoop.
Doing a Spider-Man,
Yeah.
doing a fucking Tobey Maguire.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny as hell, dude. Yes. Like, oh,
yeah,
I'll have to send him a text or something and be like, Colin, I have some ideas I need to share with you.
Yes. You got this, dude. Oh my god. But yeah, that's at least one candidate that's running on that side.
Campaigned at his gun store last year. Took
Oh,
his
Kelly Ayotte campaigned at his gun store? What a surprise.
Yeah.
This Trump
Shocker.
ally, 15-year-old, trying to get with person.
the ballot for the New Hampshire State House. John Stone's disciplinary file stayed sealed for years until in
His disciplinary file stayed sealed for years. So was all that on his disciplinary file? Like none of those were actual
probably.
charges? Like what the fuck is going on with the police being able to just, lock up their own like crimes under disciplinary files? Like what discipline?
Fucking pedophilia, dude.
What
fucking pedophilia?
Yeah. Like
Not
what?
just like it's not like, oh, he stole a fucking candy bar from the goddamn Big Apple. You know what I mean? It's like, oh no,
this
he
is some pretty illegal
he
stuff
raped a
here.
15-year-old.
Pretty bad shit. This a Republican campaign ad? Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah, this is actually an ad for what's Ken Paxton. Yeah. Yeah.
Texas ain't
police
got
chief's
shit on us,
kids
dog.
and the entire station where he worked. Governor Kelly Ayotte, who campaigned at his gun store last year, took his endorsement and never disowned
Wow.
it. She was asked about it multiple times and said, I have hundreds of endorsements.
Well, did she like advertise it on her website as well? Like, look who endorsed me. Like, or is that just like an official page there? That wasn't
I mean, she
clear.
posed with Jeremy Kaufman, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
You should probably just do that whole like I just take a picture with whoever walks up to me. Like I don't know.
My baby boy Jeremy.
So now Republican voters in his district get to decide on September 8th whether they want him back in the House. We've got a full story about this wild situation on our website. Go check it out. Do you think John Stone deserves to go serve in that building? Let me know in the comments.
I'm gonna say no. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Is what I'm gonna go with.
If anybody actually knows Colin, they know that was a fucking rhetorical question.
Yeah. What do you think? Should he be allowed in this building?
Oh God, yeah. So I interviewed Colin last year on Locally Sourced, and if
Yep.
anybody goes back and watches that, you will know exactly how he feels about that. But it's not, he's doing his job, so I don't want to put him on blast too hard. But
What do you think about this? What do you think about Warmington challenging Ayotte to 6 general election debates? Do you think she's gonna do it?
I'm probably not.
Yeah, that's my assumption as well.
Occam's razor says no, probably not. Ayotte doesn't like to talk to anybody about anything ever if
Right.
it hammers in front of her.
Unless there's an aide like directly nearby that can tell people to stop asking her the questions she doesn't like. There's that
Just
portion.
shout out to Colin
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Bringing it back. You were
See what we
fake
did there,
news.
guys. We're
You.
this rhymes. There's a rhythm and a pacing
It's
to
like
the way that we
poetry, it
structure our
rhymes.
shit here on KFTS.
Yeah, we're George Lucas in this shit. And by that I mean once these clips are
Thematic.
edited down, there's gonna be little creatures in the foreground. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Priceless.
So the campaign is asking that the general election debates begin in the week of September 14th, immediately following the September 8th primary. The campaign is also asking that all debates be either televised or live streamed to ensure voters across the state have the opportunity to hear from the candidates before Election Day.
I mean, I would hope they do both, but
Yeah, you would think so. The campaign for Kelly Ayotte has yet to respond to the challenge. Well, this was from 17 hours ago, so I guess we'll
I don't think
see
I
if that
mean,
happens.
my guess is Ayotte is probably like it's probably a combination of her being like, well, it could be
As she-
bad for me, and then also, why would I even need to? We have a Republican
Right.
trifecta.
She's like, I'm an incumbent. No, like, get out of here. It's my turn. Sorry.
What's the point? Yeah,
Like,
like what is? Yeah, I don't think she actually sees any really like fucking point to that.
oh my God, was just at a Manchester meeting where Repubs were talking about flock cameras and lowering crime rates in relation to each
Yo,
other?
actually,
Because those actually
hold on.
raise the crime rates.
No, Tia, you need to fucking explain this more. You need to go in further on this.
Yeah, that is interesting right there.
Come on. I wanna talk about flock cameras. Let's go.
I mean, I got
We
some
just
stuff
got one
on
in my town.
surveillance as well.
Everybody's big fucking mad about it. That's a like uniparty hatred.
Yeah,
Is it-
well, not
it
the
ain't-
politicians. It's all about safety, y'all. We're Patriot Acting 2.0 here with all these fucking AI surveillance companies.
There's a new lawsuit now
Wait,
against the DOJ.
That clip just wants to play itself. All right, we'll keep going, but Tia, you need to come back in and you need to tell us more about that. You need to. I want to hear about this Manchester meeting where Republicans were talking about flock cameras.
All right.
This is real time news, folks. We're
Yeah,
this is
breaking
how we
news.
step up our game. This is how we step
Exactly.
up our fucking game.
This is why you guys need to be tuning in, yeah, and be our reporters.
For real.
Let us know what's going
Dude,
on.
look how much. Look at this. We've had such an active chat tonight, and like, look how
Right.
much better the show was with all of you guys here. See,
Yeah,
you get to
it's great.
participate.
You get to
We
contribute.
we
you know?
interact with you. Like we're 100% like engaged and on it. Like this is fucking awesome. I'm so happy when you guys all come in. And no, it's not just Kyle and I shouting at clips that get turned into clips
Right.
that people shout at in comment threads.
Exactly.
God damn it, I hate social media so much.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay,
thing
we'll
out.
get a
All right.
debrief later. All right. We're coming correct though. You're gonna have to
Coming back.
Off
Do we
air.
wanna-
We're gonna talk. We're gonna do this next week. All right, let's move on.
All right, this is an interesting thing. Or do we want to do one more of a little campaign coverage here? Do we want to see what a 2-minute clip of WMUR talking to Arudia sounds like here?
Yeah, let's do
Discussing
it. Let's do
campaign
it.
issues?
Let's do this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. First district candidate, Arudia. Is it Arusha or Arudia?
So, we've actually gotten in trouble because we said Arusha.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
remember
no,
being in
mean,
trouble.
I say trouble.
Like, y'all can try, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like, well, all of Heath Howard's supporters are mispronouncing his name. How dare you? This is racist. I was like, sorry,
Like,
dude. Like, I
dude,
don't know.
I
I've heard
learned
people pronounce it both
phonetically,
ways
sir.
for fucking years.
Seriously, like, come on now.
Yo, like, I interviewed his dad. Like, there is a clip on my channel of me talking to Christian's father in 2018. It was the best of my knowledge back then. It was Arusha. Now all of a sudden I'm being told it's Arudia. I'm doing my best to change the fucking name in my head. Give
Right.
me a goddamn break. I will get there when I get there. I understand. I'm correcting my language. I'm kind of a fucking pervert about like making sure that things are pronounced correctly to a point where I will emulate the accents of other fucking languages
Right,
just to
like,
make sure
if
that
I
I'm
s
pronouncing a fucking word correctly. Give me a goddamn break. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I don't mean to, like, do the cultural version of dead naming. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, let's go.
Told
Arudia,
Dylan to cover this?
discussing campaign issues.
Hold on. We got some action here. Basically, the Republicans in Manchester held a town hall tonight where they invited everybody, including progressive and Democrats, to join the conversation with the community. The lack of police force and funds to back our police force in Manchester was brought up. What? There's a lack of funds, really? The Republicans were saying, "Oh, everybody hates flock cameras, but they would help lower the crime." Like, in what? So the cameras by themselves would just make crime go down, is what they're saying? If they're complaining about not having enough people on the police force, then how is sending them on fucking possibly wild goose chases 24/7 gonna help with the police budget and being able to stop crime, as they say? That's
Also,
absolutely insane.
I call utter fucking bullshit. This country has the most guns per capita of any nation in the world. We also have the most incarcerated per capita of any nation in the world. And yet we also have some of the most crime in the world. And everybody, I keep hearing, they're like, oh, well, you want to stop school shootings, just make sure you arm everybody, right? Just arm the teachers and the students. And that's going to stop school shootings.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how crime works.
Right. Or
So,
the fact that,
like,
I feel like over 90% of crime is non-violent crime as well. I don't, like, I'm pulling that
Right.
number out of my ass, but I'm going to say the vast majority of crime is not damaging, like, physically to a person. Just got to say, there's a huge difference, because that's another thing the Republicans like to trot out. It's like, we're looking for rapists and murderers. And I'm like, first of all, you don't do shit when it comes to, like, actual rape accusations. Like, you guys, like, there's a well-known story amongst, women out there that there's just, like, basically warehouses full of, like, rape test kits that have gone untested for years and shit. And, like, do you know
Right.
how hard it is to prosecute somebody for that? It is literally the he said, she said shit. Like 90% of the
exactly.
time. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just fucking annoying to me right there.
Yeah, so, like, look, I'm sorry, like, I'm gonna reiterate this same stupid fucking point because I don't know why it's so difficult for people to understand. Like, China has the most comprehensive surveillance state, right? And we give China shit constantly for this. Oh, they're spying on their people.
Right.
Horrible. It's horrible. You know what else China has? Incredible fucking infrastructure. High-speed rail up the fucking wazoo. Rural towns, they get fucking little robots that do deliveries for them, right? Honestly, the problem in China right now is everybody's saving too much money. They're trying to figure out how to get their population to be more consumer in nature because it's been so culturally ingrained in them that they need to be saving and hoarding their money. In the United States, we do none of those fucking things. We encourage everybody to spend so much that they go into incredible debt. You take credit cards out to pay for your credit cards, to pay for your credit cards, to pay for your credit cards, and you just, like, spend the rest of your life working until you die. You've got fucking, like, 87-year-old women working in fucking convenience stores because they can't pay for their lives because Social Security isn't sufficient. You're living on a fixed income, and the cost of living has gone up so much that the money that you get doesn't adequately do that. We have no public transportation. We have we have crumbling infrastructure that's falling the fuck apart. This is fucking useless.
Right.
But what we do have is Chinese surveillance state.
Yeah.
So the US is like, yeah, you know what? Fuck China,
great.
but let's do all of the worst things. Let's copy them on all of the worst fucking shit that they do. Sounds like a great idea.
You know what? It slows crime rate, affordable housing, and the means to feed your children with affordable wages. Yeah. There is that as well.
Right. If you actually provide social services for people, I'm willing to bet you that, like,
Oh man, we're
that
getting clipped.
boon of prosperity is going to like genuinely reduce crime rates. Because how many crimes are a crime of need? How many
Right.
thefts are a crime of theft? You know what I'm saying? Like
just for the fun of it.
You know,
just there's not a whole lot of that
just
out there.
because. Yeah. And then, in regards to flock cameras too, there are multiple cases right now that are being investigated and tried where police officers were logging into the flock network to stalk people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, well, you know what? Let's just hop over to that real quick since we're on the topic. And this is happening all over the fucking country. You search AI tracking cameras and police, you'll find a lot of these instances.
Yep.
State trooper lied to Keene police about tracking girlfriend, AG says. And yeah, there's just a shit ton of these stories coming out. And if all of these are being discovered, imagine how many cases are not being looked at. Because who's going to catch
something
these
really
people?
fucking funny. Pat said something really
Yeah.
fucking funny. I've seen an Amazon drone blow a package across a lawn. What are you talking about? We're essentially the same infrastructure wise. Yeah,
Damn,
true.
yeah. Right. I don't know. We don't have robots that kick small children in the nuts yet, though. I haven't seen
Right,
that
yeah.
from us here. So we're not quite there.
Bring me my automated struggle session, please.
But yeah, here's one reason why just unlimited, unfettered access to surveillance cameras that are just hanging everywhere all around the country is probably a bad thing. Not to to say nothing of like the Fourth Amendment. There's that.
Right.
Right. So let's see here. An NH state trooper and former Keene police officer pleaded guilty recently to making a false report to law enforcement. James Lamoureux, I'm gonna go with that. 43 of
Lamoureux,
Keene,
yeah.
lied to Keene police about a tracking device he put on his vehicle and another vehicle used by his then girlfriend. The NH Attorney General's office said in a news release Thursday. So this dude put a tracking device on a vehicle. Okay. Lamoureux claimed others had placed the devices. Others? Just others. Somebody else done it.
Just others.
When in fact he was the one who had placed them. The release that yes, we got that part. Thanks. The devices were linked to an app. Yeah, that's how the tracking things work. And tracking devices are extremely easy to come by now. You can just go into like the CVS and get like a wallet fucking tracker. Like
AirTags.
Yeah.
AirTags, $29 USD.
Literally.
You can get them from fucking Chewy.
Cheap as hell. But yeah, like literally it's insane how easily accessible that stuff is now.
Steven, sounds like you're doing something wrong, Kyle. What are you guilty of?
Oh shit, you got me. You're right. If I'm not doing anything wrong, then I should be allowed to be, stared at 24/7 by, people.
Wait a minute.
You know that
Pat, Waymos are killing bodega cats? Are you fucking serious?
Wait, what?
That's if you want me to start a
That is
revolution
fucked up.
tomorrow, that's a great way to fucking push me over the goddamn edge. Protect all bodega cats.
Yeah. Back in 2022, my ward rep cop
How did-
got fired for
What? How
using
did I, dude? I didn't hear it because there's a million fucking things in the news forever. Didn't you notice, dude?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there's,
Holy
there's
cow.
a lot at all times. But if you guys want to see us cover more, then just join our stuff so we can get the funds to be able to take another day off and do another show for you guys. There's always that. It'll happen eventually. Just get your friends to get their friends to get their friends to come and sub to the channel so we start getting monetized and we'll be all set. We won't have to e-bag for nothing. So
Also, Kyle has a Discord server.
Oh, I do. I haven't shared it with anyone yet though.
Kyle has a Discord server, and if
You guys are cool.
if you join it, you are given the exclusive privilege, aka right,
Yes,
to submit articles to that Discord server in which we will fucking talk about on this news dive stream.
that is true. I'll have to stick the
Do
link
we have
in.
a Brother Respectfully channel? No. No.
No, that's
No,
the whole
free debate.
channel.
All channels. Free debate. Welcome all channels. We don't fucking mod that shit for shit. You can fucking say
Yeah.
all kinds of nasty things, and we will just let you
Exactly.
run it
Just,
deep and hard.
it's just nothing but racial slurs all throughout. Just,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. We raw dog
It's-
fucking
it's
hardcore
just-
leftist infighting.
It's just, yeah, it's like a kick stream in there, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking- you can say anything but cracker. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Kyle's server would make clavicular blush.
Yeah. Anything but cracker goes, you know. Just
Who said the left can't do jokes?
comedy is legal. Come on, you guys. Comedy is legal.
This
but
is
yeah.
woke 2.0, guys. Comedy's back.
Yeah, you heard Elon. Yeah, come on. Yeah, let me finish this real quick. This is still a fucked up thing here. Lamoureux later asked another person to lie about the devices. Thursday's news release said, as part of a negotiated end to the misdemeanor case, Lamoureux was sentenced to 6 months in jail, all suspended for 2 years. Okay, so nothing. He will also resign from the NH State Police and lose his New Hampshire law enforcement certification. Yeah, I would fucking hope he wouldn't be allowed to be continued working for the state police after this. You would think so.
Minimum.
But the thing is, that actually, hold on. Additionally, he'll be placed on the National Registry of Decertified Officers and prohibited from ever seeking work again as a police officer. This is actually a fucking surprising and really good thing to see, because 99% of the time, they stop at this right here. They stop with all
true.
right, you're fired from this department, but then they leave like the town or the city or the state and just go to another place and get hired there, because records, the disciplinary action apparently get to be sealed. So like, who cares? What happens at the last place you worked? It's fresh slate.
Bro, he was a school resource officer.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I really like I had my high school, we had a school resource officer that did like a bunch of creepy shit to high school girls.
Yeah.
He got in a lot of trouble for that, lost his job over it. This is a thing. I'm not necessarily like especially fond of school resource officers for this reason in particular, especially as long as things like qualified immunity exist.
100%. Which qualified immunity is just basically like, yeah, you can break the law. It's fine. We don't care. It's basically what it amounts to.
Yeah, it's a protected class.
Yeah. Yeah, they're their own special
Cops and
class
priests
right there.
handshake.
Yes, exactly. My high school resource officer was open about his obsession with Tiny Tim and his dentures. Tiny Tim's dentures, not a joke. Okay.
Tiptoe Morris. Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
That's
shit,
a thing.
dog.
All right.
Yeah. I just
Oh, yeah, more about that. Well, not the same thing, but so the time-honored tradition of crossing state lines in order to get like cheaper drugs, whether it be marijuana or alcohol, if you're coming from Mass to New Hampshire or Vermont or whatever. But yeah, the time-honored tradition, crossing state lines to get your fix cheaper and legally in some cases, is now under attack because police are using flock camera to follow a dude across states, using weed as a pretext to search his car. They're like, "Oh, you went to a state where it's legal. Well, we think you have weed in there, so let me search you." So that's a little bit insane.
Wisconsin police used flock
That's
to track
actually,
a man across state lines into Michigan.
That's what?
that's actually really fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
the same thing happened when there was an officer that was like, they looked across 83,000 different flock cameras around like the U.S. in order to search for this one woman who was leaving the state to go get an abortion. I believe that was actually a pretty big story there. So yeah, these are insane, and they're giving people with just like that should never have this kind of power access to it, basically.
right.
Or
Well,
any, like no one should.
I just think this is incredibly relevant because it's widely known that we very much so have a bunch of stoners in the fucking viewership of our channel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is fucked up, man. Watch out.
Yeah, like, so you want to make sure that you look at the, like, if you are somebody that like goes to mass to hit the dispo to pick up, you want to make sure that you know exactly where all those flock cameras are, because like that could very well be used at some point by a cop to fucking try and search your shit. So I need everybody to know that you need to keep that motherfucking shit in your trunk.
For sure.
And if you do not have a closed trunk, if you drive a station wagon, what you need to do is you need to get a cooler. And you need to put your product in a cooler, and you need to put that cooler in the trunk of the car. Because they won't be, and please don't ask me why I know this. But it was an expensive lesson that I learned that day. But yeah,
you heard this from a
per
friend
the
of yours.
advice of a actual police officer, a literal police officer told me this.
They're like, hey, next time, buddy.
Yeah, literally, it was a bizarre moment. Shout out to the Peterborough police. Interesting ones. But yeah, the direct advice from law enforcement is if you want to avoid any type of search situation, then you need to have that in a sealed container in a place where you cannot conceivably reach it during your transit period.
Which is the same rules as
it's got to
alcohol
be
as well.
right. It's got to be in the trunk, and it's got to be in a concealed box. The reason I tell you to use a cooler is because the cooler will contain the odor. Should there be anybody that's ever bought like 2026 grade marijuana,
I mean,
would
yeah,
know.
the smell-proof technology has advanced quite a bit. So you can probably even buy something from these dispos, like those little smelly-proof bags they have. Those work as well.
Yeah, but even then, the packaging itself that your product is contained in will not contain the odor. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Is odor
anyways.
allowed to be a probable cause in New Hampshire? Because I know a
Yes.
lot of states they do not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Well, damn.
Yeah, it is 100% considered probable cause in New Hampshire. They smell it, they're fucking up. They are going to climb their entire body into your asshole.
So what if you're just like, dude, I just ripped ass. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I mean, dude, if you have farts that smell like marijuana, then that's a totally separate discussion. And I
must have been from all those
doctor.
edibles I ate, bro. Before getting behind the
like,
wheel, you know.
I mean, they still haven't figured out how to do proper field sobriety tests for it yet, but we're getting fucking off base here.
Anyway,
The
we should
point is that they're
probably
fucking
get
tracking your shit, dude. This is against your freedom.
Wisconsin police used flock to track a man across state lines into Michigan, where weed is legal, and back into Wisconsin, where weed is not. And they used the fact that he went to Michigan as the pretext to search his car for a weed arrest. So this is pulled from court records that I obtained. It basically follows this man from Green Bay down here. The first flock hit happened right here. And that was at 2 p.m. on April 26th, 2025. They then tracked him up Route 41, which is this road right here. They tracked him going north, and they got flock hits all along the way. So there's one Brown Road and US 41. Then they tracked him up to Marinette. And so this right here is the...
Can't wait for the Live Free or Die crowd to defend Flock. Well, apparently they already are. So there you go.
State line between Wisconsin and Michigan. This is the state line right here. And they tracked his car going into Michigan. And then a few hours later, caught him coming back into Wisconsin. They used this as the pretext to pull him over and search his car. He was ultimately pulled over right around here, according to the court records.
So this is also important, not just for stoners, but for people that report on the police themselves, because
Right.
believe it or not, these people can hold a grudge. And yeah, this is basically
No.
definitely something that I have to keep in mind as well, because I've kind of pissed off an entire police department right next door to me. So
Oh, in Brattleboro?
yeah, just by
Yeah.
pointing out the corruption, making videos about their relationship with this right wing nut job that goes around recording everyone in all police arrests and everything. And somebody else had actually done a FOIA request, and that got published in an article in the VT Digger, and it basically confirmed everything that I was saying in the first video. So I made another video about it, put it in there, and they had to pretend that they were distancing, like we will no longer be associated with him, and we don't work with him. He just happens to have a scanner that he just uses to show up at the crime scenes before the police do. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, very believable. Thank you. Yeah.
Motherfucker got the fire department to fish his fucking cell phone out of river.
Uh-huh. Oh, this is the same guy that's actually suing the AG of Vermont itself for a law saying that you have to label AI content and you're not allowed to, not label it within 60 days of an election. So this is like another one of those, oh, I'm going to dance right up against this deadline and then, put out this advertisement with AI fucking video showing Becca Balint in this ridiculous thing, which I get that that's satire and everything, but the literally the letter of the law was only you just have to put this is made by AI, and he's refusing to do that and saying I'm gonna sue and get this law stricken down, and I'm just like, what? First of all, you're violating the platform's fucking terms of service, let alone this new law
Right.
in Vermont. It's already required, so by saying you're just going to blatantly not do that, you're already violating the terms of service of all these platforms, and you can get taken down on those grounds alone. And there goes your whole fucking
Yeah.
look at me, I'm the TMZ cops guy. It's like, all right, dude. And he
This
calls
is just
himself
like
a
a friendly
journalist.
reminder. A friendly fucking reminder for anybody that Vermont is almost as cooked as we are. In some ways, they are more cooked than we are. Right?
Yeah, it's not just
I w-
some this super hippie place. The systems of power are nationwide when it comes to policing and things like that.
yeah. Yeah, just don't get all twisted up in hating Vermont and Massachusetts and Maine for being not New Hampshire because because
New
frankly we
Hampshire
all have a lot
best.
more in common than we don't. And a lot of the same problems that we experience here are experienced in these other states. Um and yeah, there's an entire subset of working class New England that is utterly bodied by just sort of the disparate nature of rural living, especially in such a mountainous difficult to traverse landscape. You know what I mean? That's even more of a challenge to do for I don't know, fucking a third of the year because winter somehow does not just last for 1/4 of the year.
Yeah.
So
What about second winter?
Yeah, exactly.
There's always those like you know, couple of weeks where it's like, hey, everything's covered in snow and it's gone, and everything's covered in snow and it's gone, and it's
It
like
fucking
fuck,
snowed in May this year,
false spring
guys.
again,
Like, I don't
guys.
want to
Sorry.
fucking remind you.
It's like, oh,
Fucking
man, we're
snowed in
looking at
May.
a foot of snow. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to that news guy working doing the meteorologist. That sounds like Bullwinkle. Fucking love that guy.
Shout
Coming
out
up
to
next, the weather. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I fucking want to hear this dude announce like much more things than that, please. It's so great. Fucking love it.
oh, there's a guy like I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on him right now. He's on Facebook, but he's like he does like weather reporting for New Hampshire, and he's just like a he's like a and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. Like it's just accurate. He is like a full blown weather autist. Like he has told people that he is autistic. This is his special interest. He's just like deeply interested in weather. And like bro does incredible work. Most of the time he's right when every single news report is wrong, including WMUR. Like I trust him more than I trust anybody else. Guy is goated.
Yeah,
And he
it's kind
will
of
fucking
wild.
argue with people in his comments. I think his name is New England Weather Guy. I'll have to look it up.
This is actually pretty awesome. Like how many like independent meteorologists are out there, like studying weather and like
We
pointing
need
things
them.
out. Honestly, yeah, because the way that like they've defunded the weather service right now, and they were talking about even like charging like everyone just to look at like the National Weather Service's like services. So like yeah, it's I don't know. Does the federal government defunding like anything that could like prevent or help mitigate disasters is just like not good right now at this point.
Right.
It's very bad, very
Yeah,
bad
New
all
England
around.
Weather Guy. Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. New England Weather Guy's a fucking banger.
Yeah. You want to take a quick break and then we'll come back and finish up real quick? Or do you
Yeah,
think
I'm
we
done.
want to
I'm
just
done.
go through?
Well, actually, like, dude, it's fucking 8:36. Why don't we just bang it right through?
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do it. Let's just fucking
Yeah,
ride
we
it out.
got let's do one more New Hampshire thing here. Let's see. So this is like a good news, bad news situation here. That's bad that the Proud Boys Nazis were harassing some people in New Hampshire. Good thing that court order is disbanding them apparently. I guess we'll see.
New Hampshire is claiming victory against a neo-Nazi group and its founder. WBZ's Courtney Cole is here with the settlement details in a civil rights lawsuit. Courtney?
Lisa, the state attorney general says a civil court order will disband the group NSC 131, have them pay a fine, and order its leader, Christopher Hood, to do community service. Now, if those names sound familiar, it's because WBZ has covered them for years now. In July 2022, Hood and members of his group were arrested for attacking a man outside a drag queen story hour reading in Jamaica Plain. Also that year, New Hampshire authorities charged members with trespassing on public property for hanging banners over Route 1 in Portsmouth reading, "Keep New England White." Those trespassing charges were later dismissed. This court order ties back to an incident in 2023 as well. Prosecutors said
Dude, just a bunch of fucking cosplaying nerd-ass cowards. Same type of people that were complaining like, I can't breathe with a mask on. Oh, it's so hard. It's fucking, but
what a bunch
I'll
of
walk
fucking
around in the
pussies.
middle of the summer with long sleeves and this mask and glasses and a hat, so no one can look at my face because I don't want to get in trouble at work for people knowing I'm a racist. It's like, dude, fucking, if you want to be fucking Nazis, quit being fucking like Nazis didn't fucking wear face coverings. They were out and proud about it. That's who you want to be. Why don't you just fucking put your face out there? If you think like
Yeah.
that's the popular
And
opinion, you want to keep New Hampshire white or whatever, then if you think that's such a sentiment that the public would agree with, then what why don't you want to be proud of that? Aren't you a proud boy?
And just so everybody knows, the 131 is
Fucking
alphanumeric code standing for anti-communist action. So
Yeah.
it's not even just that they're Nazis, is they specifically are like their primary target is 100% like
Yeah. They're basically
leftists.
in alignment with the Trump administration on this particular issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Stephen Miller would probably like see their logo and be
Brave
like,
patriots.
yeah. Oh no, I need new underwear.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, we need more brave young gentlemen like these people here. Fucking dumb pieces of shit.
This court order ties back to an incident in 2023 as well. Prosecutors said NSC 131 harassed people outside a Concord, New Hampshire cafe during a drag queen story hour, obstructing access, shouting homophobic slurs, and banging on windows.
What this case and these efforts represent is that our civil rights unit, the New Hampshire Department of Justice, will watch this activity closely, and we will be prepared.
I'm sorry, but this guy over here is distracting as fuck right here. He will be watching you very closely.
He's got really intense eyes, dude.
He has not moved or blinked once.
Windows.
What this case and these efforts represent is that our civil rights unit, the New Hampshire Department of Justice, will watch this activity closely, and we will be prepared to pursue accountability for any violations of our civil rights laws and any violations of our law against discrimination.
The Attorney General was asked, well, what if the group does not comply with the court orders? He says higher court fines could be imposed as well as criminal charges for disobeying the court. David?
All right, Courtney Cole, thank you so much.
All right, so I don't know if that's really going to do much when it comes to this. Like, were any of the other members of this charged? That didn't seem like that was the case. Just they were just told as a group to disband. How do you like? Do they know all the members of this group? How do they know if they're getting together or not? Like, what? I don't know.
I mean, like it's a hate group. Like
Yeah.
it's literally a hate group. Like that should be like I don't think just breaking them up is necessarily enough. I don't know.
Like,
Like it's
yeah,
in a weird
I'm just-
territory because
just
I'm
wondering
like,
if it's
go ahead.
like. So what exactly were they charged with? It was because they were blocking an entrance and like disrupting an event. Is that the main thing that they went after? Because a lot of the other stuff like is freedom of speech as much as like I hate that shit.
Yeah, it is indeed considered free speech, and that's sort of like that's the trouble here with it. And I mean like and I say trouble with it, it's like look, like if it weren't for free speech, Kyle and I would be in prison right now. Right? Like
Dissent.
because what we're doing here is like probably primary grade targeting for the current regime in the US. Like these guys are favored by the Trump admin. So like the fact that they're getting clapped is pretty something.
Yeah, I mean that's good on New Hampshire AG. I'm assuming is who brought the charges there for that.
Yeah.
So they did that right, I guess.
Excuse me. But like
Oh yeah. So I just a thing to bring up real quick here. So I had saw this. It was posted by WMUR, and I was looking at the comments, and people were kind of like he never said that. What are you talking about? Like obviously not. Like what do you mean and this and that? So I just thought I'd clear that up real quick. This is him asking if he'd pardoned Ghislaine Maxwell from 9 months ago, I believe. Yeah, 9 months ago.
The Supreme Court is back and said that they rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You
Who
know, I
are we
haven't heard the
talking
name in
about?
so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what
They
happened?
said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it.
So you're considering
I will
that?
speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I'll speak.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I'd look at it. I'd take a look. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't. But yeah, this is why there
Yeah,
was this was a thing. There was a
Yeah,
resolution.
Pat brings up an excellent point. When Maxwell was arrested in fucking Bradford, New Hampshire,
Yep,
Shaheen and Gordon represented her.
that is true. Speaking of Epstein, the New Mexico AG is suing Blanche and the DOJ, accusing them of impeding state's Epstein probe, because they are. And the thing is, like, so I'm pretty sure it's been stated before that, like, the thing that they were trying to pass off to everyone is that Epstein acted like alone, like he was the only one trafficking these girls for just himself or whatever. So then, like, what is Ghislaine in prison for again? Because that's kind of been the line that they were using for that.
I'm gonna let everybody in on this little secret. You can't fucking traffic people alone.
No.
You can't. It's not possible.
And
That's
she
literally not
was-
how fucking markets work, whether they are white, gray, or black. You literally need more than one participant. It's
Yeah.
not a market without a buyer, motherfuckers.
Then she was not only his, like, right hand person, but she was a participant in the abuse itself as well, which a lot of people fucking gloss
Right.
over. As if, like, trafficking and, like, you know, finding and seeking these vulnerable girls and women out wasn't enough. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, she just did that part. But it's like, well, no, that's not a just did that part, the situation. And second of all, she fucking was, like, very much implicated in actually participating in the abuse itself as well. Like, she is
Dude,
a
we're-
fucking convicted pedophile.
We're like a year out from this whole, like the sort of like beginning of the discussion about the Epstein files. Ain't shit happened.
Yep.
Everybody fucking forgot because Trump started a goddamn war with Iran
Yep.
and, like, just kidnapped and imprisoned illegally, mind you, the leader of a sovereign nation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Maxwell, New Hampshire,
And,
Shaheen, Gordon,
yeah,
Stanley,
like-
working with Cayman. Yeah. We actually
Right.
covered that last week, I believe.
we did.
Yeah.
We did talk about that. And it's like, dude, after a certain point, you have to say we're not gonna fucking do this anymore. Right?
Right.
Like, these are like the Shaheens are like the most powerful family in New Hampshire Democratic politics.
Yeah, you don't have to say my bad. It bears repeating. Don't, like, for sure.
No, yeah, there's like we could talk about this every motherfucking week, and I would be just fine with that.
Right. Like, and
I would
we're
be
sitting here
just
still
fine
no
with that
arrests,
if
but
everybody
Ghislaine, that's
keeps
it.
fucking thinking about it. Like, you cannot forget this shit. Like, this can't stop being in the discussion. This has to be a constant topic that we talk about. Like, I would fucking rather talk about that than all this fucking leftist infighting we're doing right now over a race that, frankly, like, nope, I'm gonna stop that sentence right there, because if I start talking about my take on that, then I'm gonna piss everybody on the left off in New Hampshire. I'm
Well, the only thing I'll
bordering
say
on
is I don't
sharing
think
an opinion about.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think anything's a foregone conclusion in this race, is what I'll say. That's about it on that.
No, I don't. I think that's accurate, but I don't know. Yeah, I gotta. I'm dangerously close to providing analysis that would be would cause me to get in a lot of trouble with a lot of people. I don't know, Tia. I, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There's a reason I haven't shared this analysis yet, and there's a reason why I'm going to be waiting to share that out. It's not like you guys aren't going to hear it. But what I don't want to do is bum people out or depress folks. And I just it's one of those things where it's like you can't yeah, let it bake is exactly it. Like it's strategic in a sense that like if I share these takes right now, it's just gonna seem like I'm being just a spoil sport.
Yes.
Oh no,
exactly.
everybody's fucking demanding it now. Show of hands, who wants me to fucking say the meme take?
Bear.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I don't. Oh god damn it! You guys are gonna fucking make me do this, aren't you?
No, we can move on. I mean, do you want to check this video out at all? I think we got the gist from the headline here, but we could get into more details of that. Or I have a ton of other
Yeah,
stuff here.
let's move on. Maybe I'll feel more open to saying this next week. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. Fact or fiction? The State Department presents map of Africa that mislabeled every country? ? Wow. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be a fact or a fiction here? Is it going to be or is it going to be let's see. Let's find out.
And tonight we're looking into a story that seems hard to believe. It claims the U.S. State Department presented
Seems hard to believe.
map of Africa at a global conference that mislabeled every country. And it's true. The map, which we've recreated right here, was presented at the AIDS 2026 conference in Brazil this week. Reuters, which viewed a video of the incident.
Oh, man.
No, I'm sorry. To suggest that the Cote d'Ivoire is a landlocked country is fucking crazy sauce. That literally means the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, that's that's very, very coastal of them. Look at that. So like the actual are these even like the actual shapes of countries there? Like I'm not that familiar with the geographic location of this either. So I would probably get this wrong too if I was using AI to, make a map for me that I was going to present at the UN. Which, I probably wouldn't do. There it is. Yeah.
No, those are not. None of the.
Are these even the correct shapes of countries?
No.
Like, they're just like little splotches. They're like, that's probably right. Eh.
No. In this image, Nigeria is like
couple thousand miles off.
Yeah, so it literally covers the borders of Niger and Nigeria, but not like the entirety of either nation.
Did they think the countries that the UN wouldn't notice?
I like the one that's not Ghana right here. Like it's actually it's like the little pink one that doesn't that has no label.
Wait, what? Where? What?
It's to your left.
Yeah.
To your left. No, that one. That there's the little
this right here, this line that leads to nowhere.
It's got no label.
Like, wait, what? I didn't even
no
fucking
name.
see that. What?
It has no fucking name.
The country of. It's very hard to pronounce.
Cameroon is just like a little slice of like somewhere in between Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and South Africa.
Looks like the bottom of a bowl of cornflakes is what this looks like. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
none of those
wonderful.
none of those are actual borders of any countries in Africa.
And also, why is it being presented as like that's it for countries? They usually, when there's maps, they kind of present like all
They
of
don't. Yeah,
the
they show all the
of the
countries.
countries. Oh no, I've been. Hold on.
You've been
They got
ganked,
me.
brother.
They got me. Hold on.
Say 10M Israel has. You gotta say Israel is the greatest nation 10 times. You gotta throw a shaker of salt over your shoulder. 10 Hail Marys. This is what we do anytime there's a technical issue. We love you. Shout out to my FBI agent. I'm trying to think of more jokes to fill this dead air right now.
Yeah, keep it going.
Okay.
Hold on, I got this.
No, it's yeah. Dude, you gotta please tell me that you've got the fucking Metal Gear Solid alert sound in there somewhere. Yes, that's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebooting camera over here. Let's
Okay. Well, we can keep rolling while Kyle's camera reboots. Okay. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. There's
whenever you
I
see
saw an Anna Kasparian jump scare. Jesus. fucking
yeah,
Christ.
sorry about that. My bad, but she's actually talking to somebody who's an actual journalist here. So
Yeah, I do have a lot of respect and appreciation for Ken Clevenstein.
yeah, for sure. Although I do prefer it when he makes his appearances on the Majority Report rather than TYT.
Yeah.
Or, I'm almost
Ken's
done
equal
over here.
opportunity. He'll talk to Anna Kasparian and Emma Vigland.
Right. Yeah. Surprised that wasn't a deal breaker for Anna.
You honestly, yeah. One might imagine that would be the case. Anna's on a whole other tip these days. So
Yeah, she's chilling with Bill Maher at Club Random.
Yo, Bill Maher has been on like the biggest idiot streak lately. I don't know, like I don't understand how, like, he said and asparagus. Yeah. Bill Maher said something that was just like incredibly like I was fucking flabbergasted when he said this. He was like, "Oh yeah, the Democratic Party didn't stop being the party of racists until JFK."
Oh my god, yeah. We could like check that segment out too tonight if you want. That is it's insane how much stuff he says that's just patently insane
These
and
are so
ridiculous.
many wrong things. So many wrong things. It's crazy. Fucking nuts, dude. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that like was more started around the time of FDR. But sure. You tell yourself that, Bill.
Yep. Fuck. All right. Well, we may have to take that quick break here so I can get this here fixed.
All right, cool. Well, we
But
will see you
we'll
guys
keep
in
it-
just a minute.
Keep it rolling. Just
Don't fucking
chat
go
amongst
away, though.
yourselves.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Don't go nowhere. Be right back. Okay. All right. Mixer is muted. Okay. Yeah. So I had my phone running this and it just died. So I just have to wait for a second for it to charge a percent or two.
Charging up the fucking
yeah. Fuck. God damn it.
Love it.
Yeah, my fault for thinking I can make it
using your
all the way
camera.
all the way through the show for that. Well, not muted.
Never.
Hey. Oh, I. Okay, now
Are
we
we
made
muted?
it. All right, now we made it back.
Were we fucking muted, Kyle? God damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were unmuted when we switched to break for like a minute, so.
Okay, fair.
Yep, we're canceled now.
Yeah, no, it had to be done. Had to be done.
Yep. Well, at least you guys know exactly what the technical issues were, you know.
It's true.
Oh. My wife's running into the room like, you guys are muted. Like, no, I fixed it. We're good. There's a little delay.
We're good. We're good. So we're gonna make
right.
fun of Bill Maher now.
Yeah.
This is a fun pastime for those of us on the left. We love to hate Bill Maher. Evidence
New
that
rule.
having a big dick means you are a big dick. I'm just, just joking.
And finally, new rule, Donald Trump has told 1 trillion lies, but when he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communist, that's not one of them.
That's a very long rule, Bill. That didn't even sound like a rule to me. Those used to like actually make like sense when it, you know, with the English language. It'd be like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That just doesn't. All right.
And it's not hard to prove it, just by quoting the DSA and their candidates. It gives me no pleasure to have to do this. I'd much rather keep going the good vibes from my summer vacation. I had an awesome one, by the way. I totally got a girlfriend at Bible camp.
Good one.
However, right before we left, Vice President J.D. Vance was on the show, and I told him that if the Democratic Party keeps going in the direction of the DSA, my vote was in play. And all I heard all vacation was, oh my God, you're a Republican now. No, that's not what I said. I said in play. And here's why. Because not a week goes by where I don't read about some newly chosen, exciting new face in the Democratic Party. And then when that face opens its mouth, the Communist Manifesto or some other crazy shit comes out. Again, let's just read the quotes. The DSA platform says you work as much as you are able and no more than needed. If that was any closer to Karl Marx's dictum from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs, they'd be sued for plagiarism.
Damn, you fucking got him, Bill. We should actually make people work for longer than they should and, you know, not according to their own needs, right? Like, it's such a simple fucking concept that, like, I think everyone would agree with. Like, unless, you know, you put the quote and the picture of Karl Marx behind it. Like, if someone just heard that on its own and was like, Abraham Lincoln said this or something, they'd be like, yeah, correct. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Like,
just like imagine, like, if you will, thinking that not treating human beings with the dignity of their capabilities is a virtue.
Right.
What the fuck, dude?
So like, you know,
I'm sorry, like, what like what are we doing, man? Like, what?
Yeah, well, fish need to swim, and you know, or no, fish need to climb trees, and monkeys need to swim. That's what we're doing here, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, that's
right. Otherwise, they're not fucking working hard enough. Get back to get back to your job, you stupid fucking creature.
Yeah.
Like, what? Come on, man.
Boring ass, tedious work. You know, it's just fucking grind your brain into fucking paste, and you know, waste your life. You know, it's totally fine. That's cool.
I tell you what, Bill can come join me on a job site for a week, and we can have a conversation about whether or not he's changed his attitude after that.
Right.
Not to leave any doubt, New York Mayor Mondani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not trying to hide it. Their most popular influencer, Hassan Piker, thinks communism is so groovy. He laments the fall of the two of the most...
This guy, man of the people, he knows what the kids are liking now. It's groovy to like Hassan Piker.
It's groovy.
Yeah, baby. You know what I mean? Like, is that what the... Is that what you think young
Dude.
people sound like? Is that what we're doing?
Like, yo, people don't like Hassan Piker because they think he's cool. Like, he's actually a big fucking nerd, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Like, I
Hassan's a
don't know.
mega fucking politics nerd. Like, he's like, yeah, he's good looking, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, sure, like I get that this like the dude knows how to make a good thirst trap and all that, but like
The
I don't
classic
know.
meat picks, you know.
Yeah. 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 Oh, I just looked swole.
Oh, you know, just
I
me
was
in my
looking pretty
underwear, bro.
swole, so I decided to take a picture and post it. Like, brother, we know what you were doing there.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing there.
I mean, the fucking like a year ago, the news was running pieces like he's the leftist in a MAGA body or whatever the fuck that stupid ass headline was. Do you remember that
Yeah,
one?
that was I'm pretty sure that was New York Times that did
Yeah.
that. And they changed their fucking headline because they were like, "Oop, this was stupid."
Like, yeah, it
Like,
is pretty stupid. Like, when I think MAGA, I don't think like ripped dude like at all. I'm sorry. Like that's not the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, oh, MAGA, like a bodybuilder, like.
right. No, I'm pretty sure when I think of MAGA, I think of like somebody who eats a lot of fast food and does not leave the couch very much because they're really, really locked into Sean Hannity.
Yeah, they gotta
Like,
get their beef tallow
that's
in, you
like
know.
yeah, like that's not what comes to mind when I think of MAGA. Like, sure, like I know like a decent number of like right-wing people, and none of them fit that body type, even like blue collar right-wing people. You know what I mean? Like most of them are rocking a pretty respectable beer gut.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the kind like I'm not talking about a soft belly. I'm talking about that kind of belly that gets like real rock hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's real shit.
The distended abdomen look, yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Some hair grease has gone to his brain, yeah. Yeah, it got to him a while ago, I think.
Most murderous regimes in history, the Soviet Union and Chairman Mao's China. Mandami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And
Do you not believe in eminent domain, Mr. Maher?
impoverish the white middle class. What? That's a goal?
Yeah.
You know you're
Make
supposed to
Whitey
scare
suffer.
people into
That's what they
voting
want.
for you, right? One of the new soon-to-be Democratic Congresspeople, Darlisia Chevalier, supports seizing all properties from landlords.
Is he purposely getting every single person's name wrong, by the way?
Yeah, yeah.
Mom Dami.
Yeah. It's
Darlisia.
It's covert racism, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's a way to virtue signal to the racists to be like, no, we're one of you guys.
Oh my
like,
god! Like
Van
that
Damme.
cop that got fucking booed at the Trump rally. Like, I don't know if you saw that, but like there was the cop that died, and this guy was talking about it, and he's like
yeah.
officer blah 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 whatever. And somebody's just like boo, they're like Arab sounding name, and they're like, no, we're not booing this man. He died. We're honoring his name actually. It's like, holy shit, dude. Like, that's all it takes for the MAGA crowd to, like, switch off. They're like, I don't like that sound. That sounds like some
Right.
foreign syllables to me. It's like,
I mean,
goddamn.
it's sort of it's weird because like in my opinion, it sort of makes them like a really easy opponent because it's like very low hanging fruit. Like this is actually like it's weird like because I kind of flip back and forth on this a little bit where I'm like on the one hand like I would certainly prefer and like I would certainly prefer an opposition that doesn't want to like throw me in jail for my opinions. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
kill trans people or like kill like immigrants, like throw them into concentration camps and detain them without any due process, like, right? Like, that's all fucking horrible. At the same time, it is super fucking easy to message against, right? Like, because all you have to do is appeal to, like, somebody's most basic fucking, like, human instincts of, like, on a religious ground of, like, being cruel to people is bad.
Right.
Right? Like, and, like, the thing the thing I worry about is that, like, I do not think that there are, I guess what I do think is that I'm getting caught up on my phrasing here. I am genuinely convinced at this point that, like, a vast percentage of the new baby leftists, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I've, like, listened to a couple podcasts and I read a few news articles, and now I'm with it, and I'm gonna go get into volunteering, and I'm gonna do all this stuff to get involved." And they are not intellectually equipped to make an argument against the liberals, because the liberals have, like, big academia
Yeah.
behind them. And they know their fucking arguments really well. They know their history, and they're, like, maybe, like, 45% correct about stuff. And what I worry about with the undereducated working class is their ability to, like, formulate a cohesive argument, because they're correct, right? Like, they're
Yeah.
correct on the face of it, but being right is not what wins an argument.
Mhm.
Being able to articulate why you are right is what wins the argument. And if you're
Right.
not capable of articulating why you're right, then you set yourself up to fail, because all you have is, like, the rhetoric that you've internalized, right? You're like
Yeah.
a ventriloquist dummy. And so I mean, this is part of what we do here, is to, like, actually try and, like, promote people to think. Like, Kyle and I were talking about this earlier today, and it's like a huge goal of us, like, what we do here is to, like, get you guys to, you sure we love you being here, and we love you tuning in and catching this stuff. We really would prefer that you go listen to people that are smarter than us.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, because we're still goobers. You know what I mean? Like, the whole point of this is to get you guys to fucking go pay attention to real knowledgeable people. Like, we're just a stepping stone in your personal progression and trajectory to get to a state of being able to make a cohesive argument where, like, it does not matter which liberal you are talking to, you will be able to win your argument because
Yeah.
you're able to properly defend your position. And
Right. And that's
and I
why a
worry
lot of
because
these that's why a lot of these interviews that you're doing over on your channel is, like, super insightful, like, because you're talking to the experts that you have like some ideas about how stuff works, but to get it, like, really into the weeds, you have to talk to these people whose, like, it is their career and, like, their life to know these things that you're curious about, right?
yeah, like, you actually have to be able to trust other people that they know more than you, and you have to start on a basis of, like, I'm not the smartest person in the world. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go, like, deliberately try and inform myself about this more complex issue. Like, just keeping up with the news is not enough. Like, as much as I wish that it was, what you're doing is you're just reading the first draft of history in real time, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you're not necessarily getting all of the context to understand why you're having the reaction you're having and why we ended up in the place that we ended up. And there's a reason that, like, so many individual, like, professions require a specific period of, like, 4 years or more, like 4 years at the bare fucking minimum to get a degree. to be able to actually interact with that particular school of thought or trade or profession or like intellectual practice. So yeah. And Bill Maher is just a fucking jackass idiot who's just like all he does is fucking talk into a camera all day.
Yeah,
Not
he
that
is
different
not
from
one of
what we
these
do.
educated liberals that we're talking about either. He's not part of that percent. He's just
No,
a rich
no.
asshole that yeah, I don't know what the fuck his problem is. He's at this point become like oh, the president was nice to me. Well, I guess he's not so bad then. It's like what?
All this to say, I would certainly appreciate it if he could, figure out how to pronounce Daria Lisa Chevalier's name correctly.
Right. And it's not like for example, I mess up on names a lot, but also I'm not a fucking guy that is on national TV HBO show purporting to be like an expert on politics as well. So
Brother, if I had an entire team of producers, I would be fucking asking them like ahead of time. I'd be like, please make sure I'm not saying this wrong.
Right.
Like I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, we don't quite
Like-
have the same budget as Bill Maher over there to get these things right. We're not doing like rehearsals and stuff. You know, we're not reading off the teleprompter. It's looking like he's having a little trouble.
No
reading.
teleprompters.
Yeah.
We don't have any teleprompters in this house.
No teleprompters, folks. Let's see a little bit more of this.
And said, seize the means of production. Mendami has said the end goal is seizing the means of production. I think they want to seize the means of production. Now, maybe you missed that in school or missed school altogether, but that's communism. That's communism, which we tried, and it doesn't work.
Oh, we tried communism. Did you hear that?
When did we try communism?
That's a good question.
Might want to expand on that one a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any more on that.
These can change sometimes, you know. You have to keep up. Who freed the slaves? Republicans, Lincoln. Democrats were the racist party back then. But then JFK got elected and it switched.
Wrong.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong. This switch started happening when FDR came out with the New Deal and started basically like that was when the shift of African American voters moved away from the Republican Party. That was the beginning of that change.
Yeah.
So it's like that's literally wrong. That's literally fucking wrong. And then like after that, Harry Truman comes in and Harry Truman comes in and he's like, no, like we want to have a strong civil rights platform. Directly related to what Martin Luther King was doing.
Yeah.
Like, and you have the Voting Rights Act of 1964. That's Lyndon B. Johnson. So no, JFK was not the one. JFK helped
like
the process along, but it was not just
little...
JFK. He's fucking it's really
it's like
really
and then JFK
truncating
came
history
along
there,
and
buddy.
and then the switch happened.
Really
like
history.
Just like that. Just like JFK's here and we're all reversed sides now. I'm like, damn, okay.
The DSA itself has switched, even 5 years ago. It shunned communists. That changed. Things change. Now the coalition within the DSA, called the Marxist Unity Group, is in ascendance, and I must take them at their word when their words include, our commitment is to the long-term struggle for a fully liberated, classless society, in a word, communism. What do they have to do? Tweet out, elect more communists? Oh yeah, Sia Weaver did that. Okay. Yes. Good. But I'm glad you're shocked. People got to realize this is going on.
And this audience is slow on those prompts.
Well, it's because they have to fucking notice. They have to notice the applause sign.
I'm not voting for anyone who thinks the wrong side won the Cold War or cheers for the Intifada like it's the World Cup. It's so ironic from the people who obsess about colonization. You know what's being colonized now? The Democratic Party.
Yeah, the Democratic Party is being colonized. It's just like raping and pillaging your way across a country. It's the same thing, dude. It's exactly.
Dude, Intifada,
right on the money.
Intifada literally just means like uprising.
Yeah.
Like
you can have a political revolution, you know, and not some. It's just the fucking he's appealing to the like Islamophobia, like, oh, that's a scary Islam word.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right. Yeah, he's terrified of Islam.
Yeah, for sure.
Last month, 2 Democratic congressmen released an open pledge they wanted their fellow Democratic members to sign. It said, "We are capitalist, not socialist. We want safety, not lawlessness. We are proud, not ashamed of America." These should not be hard words for a congressional Democrat to sign on to. You know how many did? 8. 8 out of 212.
Oh, wait, hit pause. Hit pause for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to look at that top right photo.
Who's that? They look familiar.
Oh, is that the same? Is that the same U.S. congressman from New Hampshire that just took all your tax dollars to send out a mailer for her campaign?
No, that couldn't be. No
Oh
way.
wait, is that? I'm sorry. That sounds a little It sounds a little communistic to me.
Yeah, dude. I think that's
Using
some
using
commie talk.
government dollars to pay for your campaign.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah, the
Adorable.
I love
It's fun.
capitalism pledge. Yeah,
That's funny.
that's great.
That's really adorable.
Good. I'm just glad that these people are, spending their tax-funded days out here putting together resolutions and legislation like this, like the "we're capitalist, we swear" the thing, and there was another one that was like we condemn Hassan Piker. Wasn't that another thing that
Well, they
got
condemn
put
the
out?
horrors of socialism.
Right.
No.
Right.
Guys, really, there's got to be an easier way to lose the swing states.
He's just so painfully unfunny.
And no, this nonsense is not where most Democratic politicians are right now, but it's also becoming a raging fire festival in the party that neither is anyone putting out. People are actually getting elected now who literally don't think we should have police or prisons or borders. And again, they're not lying about who they are. The media is. Ask me.
But see, it's funny because they'll point to stuff in like their platforms for like eventually like, oh, in some far-flung fucking future, like we'd like this stuff, but also these aren't the opinions of the people that are affiliated with DSA. Not every single person has all the same policies. A lot of people have said nothing about any of this type of shit. Most of them.
A border around Bill Maher's house. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Make fucking California pay for it.
Ms. Chevalier about the border. She says, yes, literally abolish the border.
Reposted now deleted messages declaring yes. Okay.
You know, if you call a woman a whore and everyone gasps, and then the woman says, oh, no, he's right, I'm literally a prostitute. Believe her.
Damn, that was a good joke, Bill.
This crowd literally wants to get rid of our
Sexist bastard.
Yeah.
That was such a fucking like.
That's so unnecessary.
Holy cow.
Oh man, my brain. I don't know if I can take any more of that.
That's okay, dude. I'm
hurts.
gonna have to fucking I'm gonna have to tap out here anyways
Yeah.
because it's fucking.
Oh
we
fuck.
went
Yeah,
30
we're
over
like
because it's
we're
been
over
way
time.
way longer than I fucking meant to
Whoopsie.
talk about that fucking all of the state shit.
Yeah.
But I think it was worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it
So
was.
look forward to the 1.5 hour long TikTok video for the first time.
Yes.
You're never gonna see something
No.
that long, dude.
No, yeah. Yeah, for real. No,
I don't know if
we'll
you
try
saw,
and
but
figure out a way to cut it into little pieces or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I
the way you
I
guys
did
are.
put out a video today saying like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care if like the how long the segments are. I'm not gonna do the 3 minute long thing. Like I'm just putting out straight
Yeah.
segments from now on. Fuck it. And you watch it or
Yeah,
don't, I
yeah,
guess.
no,
You know
just
what I mean?
fuck the fucking algo.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I had seen people talk about it like in separate places, and they were like, "Hey, like I'm just showing up. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Can someone please explain this to me?"
Right.
And I wanted to do my best to like actually explain the context of that entire thing, because like it occurred to me that just like if you're trying to piece it together through through individual social media posts, everything's going to get very
Yeah.
obfuscated, and it's going to be really hard to figure out what's going on. And rather than us coming on and just contributing to that, it seemed like it was better to like explain the whole story of how like this one Facebook post caused like this immense fracture in the entire progressive left-wing coalition within the state that is now getting like different organizations that are disaffiliated with each other to like literally jump at each other's throats
Yeah.
in chat sections. And like so it's, you know, for my part of it, it's like I don't know what the value of that is.
Right.
It's
'Cause
like,
at the end of
well,
the
you
day,
know,
we're fighting for the same fucking policies and the same outcomes. So it's
right.
just yeah, we need to fucking stay focused here and, you know, not be
Yeah.
so drawn into like personal issues, honestly.
And you know, to quote an activist that I like really have just like immense respect for, Brandon LeMay said at one point recently, he said, you can have agreement with people on 90% of the issues. That 10% that you disagree on is enough to break the entire thing. I'm sort of paraphrasing it. I think he said the 10% matters a lot, but I would argue that that 10% is enough to completely destroy any ability to achieve the other 90. And people's inability to like have measured, balanced disagreements and understand that like even with the 10% we still have the 90. You can fuck everything up, and a really good way to do that is to leverage identity politics. And that's why I'm so critical of it. It's not because I don't believe in the ethics and the value of respecting people's empathy. It's that I have literally watched for years just how much damage placing that particular topic at the forefront of everything is. And by not creating some kind of baseline of like we're all human beings and we're all suffering under a system that was designed to like oppress us and then rob us of our lived dignity.
Right. And
You know what I
identity
mean?
politics
Like
is not even like a like just a left thing either. I mean, the right wing is leveraging identity politics to push the great replacement theory. Like, oh, they're gonna
Right.
replace you with all
Right.
these immigrants, and there'll be no more whites left in this country, and you know, blah blah blah. And you know,
Right.
it's yeah, it's all superfluous to like the basics of like everyone deserves to be treated with, you know, dignity and respect, and we're trying to get everyone to a baseline here.
Right. It's just it really it's super fucking dangerous. And I know that like me saying that as a fucking white man is really fraught but doesn't necessarily make it incorrect. Doesn't mean the analysis doesn't have salience. And I'm only saying it because I've literally watched it happen for fucking decades at this point. So anyways.
So yeah. Yep, I think that'll about do it for this week. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in and everything. We'll catch you.
We will catch you next week.
Peace.
So.